Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay. Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough, and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. If they don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm. Justice for you.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from The Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19 and episode number 4029. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cock, and you are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Peanut Potatoes is talking chewing gum. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, a Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack. Drink it, drunk.
All right, here we go to Eastern Washington, where thousands of tombstones spilled all over the road. Meanwhile, in D.C., a retail theft ring is arrested, carrying quite the load. Teacher in Australia decides it's his job to feed the sharks dinner. When it comes to water skiing, 92-year-old Utah woman is now the winner. And a man passes his driving test, and driving home, he decides to crack a cold one. Oh, Jesus. And gets pulled over. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel. Dude, you nailed it last week, right?
Yeah.
It was fresh. It's the first of the year. I'm like, we are in it to win it this year. I can feel it. And already.
It's cold, so I get slower.
It is cold. It is cold. Well, we will spin the category wheel, and then we will ask you a question from that category. Now, here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right. Because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy is the lovely and talented George, who thought Sunday school was a place where people learned to add hot fudge to ice cream and found a way to answer 8 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy.
To be a contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
At the end of the day, you have to look at the health of your practice. And if your practice isn't healthy, it's not there and able to provide dentistry for the community, then you're not going to be able to see any of your patients.
Dental Soundbites, created for dentists by dentists.
Each time I've kind of made a decision like this, it's been emotional, but you have to put it all together. It can't just be the emotion, right? We've got to look at the health of our practice.
Dental Soundbites.
Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
9.9 KISW.
Oh, Michelle's away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4029. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The head chef is back in the house. Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Talking a little chewing gum, I believe, in honor of one Pete Carroll and Fruit Stripe. Just announced that they are just continuing their brand of gum after what seems like 100 years.
Do you think it's because Pete Carroll chewed Fruit Stripe, and if he's not coaching, they're like, look, he's our top business?
I mean, I just thought it was funny because Coach Carroll's so famous for the gum, but then, Fruit Stripe, ironically, was like, we're done.
And one of my favorite gums as a child, not realizing that gum was supposed to last a little bit longer flavor-wise.
Yeah, Fruit Stripe is like, hey, we have all the flavor, but have fun chewing, because it tasted really good for 6 seconds, and then it was gone.
It was done.
Yes.
Talking chewing gum coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes. What else do we have for you today? Oh, lucky you. You get more Men's Room every Monday through Friday exclusively on the Odyssey app. Join us for the Men's Room Happy Hour, episode number 521. Coming up, we do Dirty Big Dummy every time we play Big Dummy. Yes. Dirty Big Dummy is 10 questions worth 1 point. The bonus question is worth 2. And today, we get into the real names of roads and streets around the world.
Okay.
So places that you can actually drive your car on, ride your bicycle on, that exist in the world.
I feel like Australia and England do us a great humorous service in that.
Yes. Is there a Wiener Cutoff Road?
Wiener Cutoff?
Wiener Cutoff Road.
Man, oh man. I hope not.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh, I can't say that one. Can't say that one.
Tune in.
Yeah, I can't say that one. Yeah. Ant Fat Ass Boulevard. Is that a
Fat Ass Boulevard?
Coochie Road. Is that an actual road somewhere?
I mean, that could be just because of Charo.
That was my first thought.
Meth Bible Camp Road. Another one on there. And PP Fall Street. Are they real roads or not? We're going to kind of find out coming up with Dirty Big Dummies. Join us for the Men's Room Happy Hour. If you don't have the Odyssey app, download it now. It's absolutely free. Search for the Men's Room Happy Hour channel. We'll go live at 6. Otherwise, that is a 24-hour nonstop Men's Room channel of nothing but the best of our show. Also, if you haven't checked it out yet, on Men's Room Radio, they gave us a chance to put together our own radio station. We have all new tunes up there if you want to get back to guessing who picked what.
Right.
Still have not tuned that in yet, so I'm not exactly sure what the new mix is.
I haven't either, man. Meant to do it this morning and then totally forgot.
But spaced on it a little bit.
I picked all mine sober this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see. It's a little bit
of
about
half and half because, I mean, it took me like maybe 3 days. Sometimes I was sober. Sometimes I was stoned. Sometimes I was
sober because I did a little work.
Yeah,
I was sober because I did the work.
Because you're at work,
sure.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I did it that way, yeah. So join us for the Men's Room Happy Hour coming up, and check out all things Men's Room if you just search for the Men's Room on Odyssey and the free Odyssey app.
Miles, brand new The Podcast app. We put it out a day later, so we did a National Championship special edition.
Nice. Okay, that's up there as well as all of the weekly podcasts, the daily podcasts. Podcasts are plenty if you're looking for some free entertainment or you want to just catch up on some shows there on Odyssey and the Odyssey app.
Already, Ted?
Yeah. You know what? It's hard.
Subtle.
It's hard barely working.
It's Big Dummy Day, Friday Eve, man.
What kind of head chef doesn't have a cocktail before he does a segment?
Not one I've ever met.
Yeah.
I can say that.
And as we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummy just crowned last week. That would be George. It took him 8 questions to get one right. And as we do when we play Big Dummy, we like to do a little men's room poll. And we put that poll up on Twitter if you follow us at Men's Room Live. So as we got set for the beginning of the year, the last time we played, we asked you, this year you have what? You have more sex. You have your health. You have more money. Or you have more vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So those were your options. And as you got to vote there on Twitter, here's how the results shook out. At 8% coming in at fourth place, you chose more vacation.
All right.
So that was the least likely pick out of the 4. Coming in at number 3, at 20%, you said I'd take more sex.
Sure.
Why not? Brand new year. In second place, with only 23% of the vote, that would be you would take your health.
Okay. All right,
for a full year.
I know on the air, health was leading the charge for sure.
But sex and health are basically tied. Coming in at 50%, no question. More money was number 1 on this year you have more of. So there's how the poll shook down. And today on the poll, we take our poll based on this story. They say London, Paris, Tokyo, New York are some of the world's grandest cities. But if aliens ever pop down for a visit, they might be hitting this spot first. We just beamed out our first ever travel aid for aliens.
A travel aid?
Yes.
Hey, if you're going to visit Earth, come here. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The first place that they suggested that you go to on planet Earth, Ted, do you have any guesses?
They've come down here.
You are visiting a planet, and
We're
we're
putting out a
inviting you.
signal, and we say, hey, if you're coming to Earth, we recommend you stop here first.
Yeah, start your journey on this planet in this location.
City or natural beauty?
City.
London.
London, not a bad guess. Mike, do you have any guesses on where we're beaming this out? This is where you come if you come to Earth. Any idea?
Rio.
Ooh,
not a bad call.
All right,
not a bad call. Yeah, we just beamed out the first ever travel aid for aliens. The first place suggested to go, Lexington, Kentucky.
Are they? Do we think they're into bourbon?
No, we think we're funny.
Tourism board is behind it as a way to draw attention to the city and get more humans to maybe visit there as well. But
we know.
They really did beam out this message, okay? They got FAA approval and sent a coded bitmap image with pictures representing prime numbers and 4 basic elements of life.
All right.
They also included a rough image of a human and 2 images of horses because Lexington is the horse capital of the world.
That'll get them.
Yeah. It also shows the chemical formulas for the main molecules in bourbon. And at the bottom it says, visit Lexington, Kentucky to encourage them to start planning a vacation in the Bluegrass State.
See, that's why Independence Day happened. They came here, they took their word, they went to Lexington, Kentucky. They talked amongst themselves and said, let's destroy that entire planet.
Okay. Now, where do you think, Steve, and I know you know a lot more about space than most of us, what solar system did they point the signal out before they shot it out into space? What solar system out there?
I would guess Sirius, but I don't know.
They pointed it in a solar system called TRAPPIST-1.
Oh, yeah, that's what, yeah.
Because they think it has a lot of planets that could possibly sustain life.
They think there's one that could. Out of like 7 or 9 that they found. So there's one, maybe.
That's where Lexington shot their beam. It's about 40 light years away, so any aliens out there won't get the message until the year about 2063.
In which case, 40 years later, we should get the image of a middle finger right back at us.
And if they do respond, we won't hear back until 2103.
Yeah.
Wow. Dang.
Just to give you an idea.
Okay? We're doing the best we can, man.
I'll tell you what, the prices on Pappy will be down by then.
You think so? Well, it gives it enough time for them to up production, doesn't it? On at least the 21 year, whatever. So today, we're going to flip the switch here a little bit. An alien is coming to Earth, but they are visiting you.
Yeah.
They're coming down, and they're going to hang with you for the weekend. And then they'll fly back off to TRAPPIST-1 or wherever in the hell they live in the universe.
Can you do anything to them?
You could do it.
What do you mean do anything?
What do you do?
Like what?
When someone comes into town,
what do you mean? That's a loaded question, bro.
It depends. Okay, look. Someone comes in to visit you from Seattle. Depending on who they are, you might go to the Wheel. You might go to the Jimi Hendrix Museum. You could go to the Space Needle.
Sure.
You're definitely going to Pike Place Market more than likely.
I always take the ferry over to Bainbridge, grab lunch, show them the ferry.
Yeah. I want to know what you want to do to these aliens.
Honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
This will sound very harsh. But just to spite Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I want Yoda to come visit me, and I'm going to have him whacked.
You're going to have Yoda whacked.
You can't whack Yoda.
Why not?
You can't do it.
It'd be tough,
Doesn't he
bro.
die in the film?
He
of old age.
I will explain what
People tried to whack Yoda many times.
I will explain to you what
and
all of these aliens do.
This short little dude, he's silly. He talks like a fool. He's kind of ugly.
Sounds like Miss Piggy.
He walks with a cane. But it turns out when it comes time to fight Ted, Homeboy's got it down.
Yeah. Now, you could do things like, instead of making it obvious,
Yoda
if you want to take one of these...
I told Mike, I go, I'm going to pick him. I'm tired of hearing about him.
If you have an alien, like, look, man, one of the things that you need to have, the American way, man, is a big old fat steak. I'm going to take you to the Metropolitan Grill. I'm going to take you to El Gaucho, to Daniel's Broiler, one of these places.
Yoda strikes me as vegetarian.
But you're bringing the alien with you for dinner.
I don't know this to be true. He just strikes me as the vegetarian. Vegan, even. Like, I think he'd be that or
you could take that route. You could also go to some place where the alien could...
Meat there is not in Doritos?
No, man, he's huge into Wagyu beef.
You could take him to some place where the alien just basically blends. Like the Blue Moon up on 45th, or hell, I don't know, the 5 Point.
The rickshaw.
Nobody would even know that they were there. I mean, you'd just be like, look, another regular customer just walked in and... Shorties, I don't know, somewhere. Okay, so
I don't know why. I'm picturing Spock walking into the rickshaw and out. I like the rickshaw.
Take your alien with you. They're in town for the weekend.
Spock at the rickshaw.
So here are your choices.
He loves karaoke.
Here are your choices of the aliens that you get to entertain for the weekend. Okay, number one, that would be Groot. Now, one thing about Groot is the fact that if he's going to go anywhere on planet Earth, a bad place, of all places that are good to be, as far as his relations and everything else, it's the Pacific Northwest.
Sure, all the trees, all that good stuff.
Groot is a Flora Colossus from Planet X, the capital of all the branch worlds. The Flora Colossi are tree-like beings whose language is almost impossible to understand due to the stiffness of their larynx, causing their speech to sound like they are repeating the phrase, I am Groot.
I think that gets old over the weekend. Even when you know he's in agreement with you, like, dude, you got to say something else.
You would be shocked. This is true because other beings try and have tried to be friendly, but then become agitated and angry with the Flora Colossi for their apparent inability to speak. Though Groot was shown to have been actually speaking, just understandably, but eloquently in his language, throughout Annihilation Conquest. They are ruled by the Arbor Masters, the Groot is, and teach the children of the species with photonic knowledge, which is the collected knowledge of the Arbor masses of the generations, and is absorbed, this knowledge, of course, through photosynthesis.
Naturally.
Yes. This is a highly advanced education method, by the way, making, believe it or not, Groot, although Groot cannot speak, the Flora Colossi are all in fact geniuses. They are incredibly
compared to who? Because
intelligent.
honestly, it doesn't mean much right now, dude.
They're incredibly
Can you tie
intelligent.
your shoes and chew gum? You might qualify as a genius these days.
Okay, so alien number one would be Groot. Your second choice.
See, I couldn't do that. I'll tell you why I couldn't do Groot. And not just him getting, or me getting annoyed with the fact that everything sounds the same, but I'm still bitter about that tree falling through my yard. And I feel like if I relay the story to him, like, well, we wanted to chop it down, it was falling. Why do you look angry?
Yes.
And
And Groot's kind of swole. Just looked at a picture of him.
He'll beat your ass.
Right.
Make no mistake. Yeah.
I'm taking Groot.
Next up is Spock on the list. All right, we know him from Star Trek. Do you guys know Spock's upbringing? Do you know what it was like for him to grow up and go to elementary school, junior high, high school? I mean, that's serious. Do you know why Spock is who he is and why he's so stiff and why he's so reserved?
In the latest, swath of Star Wars that came out,
Star Trek.
Dang it, sorry. Yep, Star Trek. That's my bad. That's just kind of the Vulcan way. Is just basically they don't show any emotion because they are very passionate in their emotions that they do actually feel, which is why when he does eventually give into rage, like he just hulks out, like so they need to be very much in control of their emotions. They need to be very logical, and so that's why they tend to be very stone faced.
Okay, there's a couple things that have had affected Spock growing up. Number one, all right, his older half brother, who he looked up to, he was cast out of the Vulcan world because he questioned a lot of the logic. So his older brother, who he looked up to, was not only kicked out of his home, but was asked to never return. So he lost
for questioning logic.
That
doesn't make sense in and among itself. They're like, you're stupid. You got to go.
Spock was born to Vulcan Sarek. But the problem with this is that his dad was a Vulcan and his mom was merely human. Her name was Amanda Grayson. You see, Spock's backstory has been addressed during several episodes.
Winona Ryder.
His mixed heritage led to a troubled childhood. Full-blooded Vulcan children repeatedly bullied him and made fun of him because he was half Vulcan and half human and was not fully human. His emotions tended to lean toward more of the human side. And the Vulcans thought that
I want to get some ass.
That made him softer, you see. So he was made fun of. So Spock is number 2.
Right.
You could hang out with Spock for the weekend.
No.
Okay.
I guarantee it, just based on my lifestyle, his only response to anything that I do, and I mean this honestly, would be, that is illogical. Like, Spock, I know it is illogical. I'm about having fun. I get that you are a miserable stick in the mud, and I'm okay with that. Stop telling me that it's illogical.
Your third choice would be the Predator, also known as Xenomorph. These aliens are bipedal in form, though, depending on their host species.
Xenomorph's alien, bro.
They will adopt either a hunched stance or remain fully erect when walking, sprinting.
Fully erect.
Or in hotter environments. They have a skeletal biomechanical appearance, usually colored in muted shades of black, gray, blue, or bronze.
He's coming to get you.
He's running erect again.
The body heat matches the ambient temperature of the environment, basically making them indistinguishable in thermal imaging. The creature, by the way, has no specific name. It has been called an alien and an organism. It has been called a serpent, a beast, a dragon, a monster, a nasty or simple thing.
Jeff.
The term xenomorph it means alien form from Greek, which translates as either other, strange, and morph, which denotes the shape the alien is going to take. So choice number 3 is the Predator. Choice number 4, your final alien visitor that could come in and hang out for the weekend, that would be Yoda. Ted, you said that if you could, you'd whack Yoda.
Just to spite Star Wars fans.
By the way, somebody commented on the text line. At first, I thought Ted was saying he was going to get Yoda waxed. W-A-X.
Well, he could have used that. He had some stray hairs as he got older.
Get a Brazilian for Yoda.
I mean, he's kind of like a giant slug, right?
A slug?
What? Hire the team for Pet Solutions.
Kind of to me looks like a hairless cat.
He does, actually, kind of.
Yeah, Yoda is a Grand Master and among the oldest, most stoic, and most powerful Jedi Masters in the universe. Yoda's life history remains unknown, along with his race and homeworld.
Talk about it, I will not.
As they have never been named.
Past is checkered.
He is merely said to be of a species unknown. Yoda's characteristic speech patterns are somewhat inconsistent, but have possessive object, subject, verb, word, order. Making The Empire Strikes Back, he mentions that he'd been training Jedi for 800 years, which means he's been a master Jedi for quite some time.
I was confusing him with Jabba the Hutt.
Who does look like a slug. Right.
Okay.
I just looked up Yoda. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the little old
that dude. Yeah. Are you still getting him
You
whacked?
still whacking Yoda now?
I don't know. He seems like a nice old guy.
No, he's a gangster, man.
Yeah, I'll keep Yoda.
He's killed a lot of people,
honestly,
man.
I think I would have. Yeah, go ahead.
Jabba's dead, right?
Yeah, Jabba's dead.
He's
Choked to death by
Princess
Leia. Yeah.
So our men's room poll, you get to entertain.
Autoerotic.
You have a visitor for the weekend. They happen to be an alien. They've come to Earth. Who are you going to have at your home and take out on the town? Is it going to be Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda? That is your men's room poll. Vote now if you follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. All right, Big Dummy is coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Shall I take your order, or do you need a minute?
Yes, I'll be ready. Just buying a car on Carvana.
What?
It's super convenient. I already got pre-qualified in 2 minutes. All I had to do was answer a few questions.
What? That's handy.
Yeah, now I'm customizing my down and monthly payments.
What? That's an exquisite deal.
And just like that, Carvana's delivering my car in a couple days.
What?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll have the burrito.
Visit Carvana.com to finance your next car.
Financing subject to credit approval. Delivery fees may apply.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every year, one thing is always predictable. Postage costs go up. Stamps.com gives you crazy discounts of up to 89% off USPS and UPS services, so your business will barely notice the change. Stamps.com has been indispensable for over 1 million businesses just like yours. It's like your own personal post office. No lines, no traffic, no waiting. Sign up with promo code PROGRAM for a 4-week trial plus free postage and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's Stamps.com, code PROGRAM.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Away we go. The game is Big Dummy 206-803 Rock. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game.
Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Taylor, sober or not sober?
Sober.
Taylor, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay.
Thank you.
Our men's room poll. An alien's coming to visit you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
So I wish you would have picked, like, at least one woman alien, because, you know, that'd be pretty fun if you catch my drift, but...
You want to have sex with an alien woman?
Absolutely.
But, dude, you got space gonorrhea. There is no treatment.
Hey, look, don't sweat it. When we were talking about this question, that was my first instinct. I'm like, who's a hot alien?
Well, there's like the chick from, what is it, Avatar, right?
Yeah.
Good looking, but let's be honest, man. She's fairly intense and is not a lot of fun. Is that who you really want to be stuck with?
Taylor, here's a bonus for you if you need a pick, man. Yoda is not known to have a sexual orientation.
Find out you will.
I mean, that could be pretty fun, because he could do the Force and, like, you know.
All right.
You wouldn't even have to get in bed with him.
So, Taylor, are you taking Yoda?
I'm taking Yoda, yeah.
Okay.
Yoda, give me an orgasm. All right, Taylor. Here is your question. What city was the setting for the movie Schindler's List?
New York City.
New York City.
Thank God, no.
Is it Warsaw?
No.
Was it in Czechoslovakia?
It was Krakow.
Oh.
Krakow. All right, Taylor, while we're on that subject, in what country is the city of Krakow?
Duh.
Duh.
Russia.
Poland.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, Taylor. What is a group of bears called? It's also an alternative name for a detective.
A private eye.
A dick.
I thought you were going to say a dick. A sleuth. A sleuth of bears.
What?
By the way, Taylor, someone here suggested if you really must have sex with a female extraterrestrial, and I agree with this one, the girl that was in Species. Terrible movie, but she was hot.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I'd get down with that. All right, your question. What is the nickname for the Great Bell at the Palace of Westminster in London?
Doug.
John.
Big Ben.
Big Ben. Yep.
Oh, ouch. Man.
Everybody thinks it's the tower. I want to say it's just the London Tower or the clock tower or something, but Big Ben is the actual bell, not the whole
I thought that was just a clock. I didn't know it was a bell.
Oh, yeah, the bell is Big Ben. The clock is, Clocky McClockface, as we'd say here.
Okay.
But we can lobby to change it to Doug. All right, multiple choice question for you. In what country was windsurfing invented? Australia, Mexico, Spain, or the United States?
I'm going to think just because they're crazy and they're like, wind, let's have it pull us, Australia.
That's why I put it up there.
United States.
Right here in good old U.S. of A.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fluffing.
It's all right. Dumbass. All right, your question. What was the name of the first dog in space? Was it Anya, Anastasia, Daria, or Laika? So Anya, Anastasia, Daria, or Laika?
Going off of the fact that werewolves are called lichens, I'm going to go Laika.
That's correct. I do not know if that's why, but hey, man, you got it right.
That's got to be a Russian name.
All of them are Russian. I had to put it in female Russian names. So yeah, Anya, Anastasia, Daria, and Laika.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tom, are you sober or not sober?
Sober today.
All right, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you're hanging out with an alien. He's come to visit you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
Oh, big Star Trek fan, so Spock.
You don't think that would get old after a while, man?
Oh, probably, but I'd love to hear his insights on all kinds of stuff.
You know, he's here for the weekend. Like you said, Myers, you're taking the Pike Place
Yeah,
Market.
where are you taking, Tom? Where are you taking Spock?
They're throwing the fish. He's going to it's illogical. Like, we know it's illogical. It's fun.
Well, if it's summer, probably up to Mount Rainier.
Okay. See, I'm taking them to the Experience Music Project because they have a whole sci-fi wing.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Like, check some of this stuff out, man.
Fascinating. I'm taking them to the bar. I'm taking them to the bar and striking up conversation with anyone. Be like, talk to my friend Spock here. See how long you can last before you're going to get up and excuse yourself.
So you're going to abandon him in a bar so that you can have, a babysitter for him while you start drinking.
Basically, man. Look, I already said we would not get along. I'm sure he'd find me, quote unquote, fascinating, but all he would do is talk about how illogical I am.
How are you alive? You think he drinks?
Spark?
Even if he's coming down here.
I don't know if he drinks a lot, but he strikes me as the type of dude who's like, I drink once every 7 years, but man, when I drink, he's dancing naked on the tables.
What about when he starts doing this to the ladies of the bar? You have to explain.
When he starts flicking his tongue between it.
Man, he is hooking up in here.
He's got the fun fart going.
Okay.
It also could be fun just sitting there when, people start talking whatever theory or sports
when they're
stuff.
going to argue something.
Hey, talk to Spock about it.
Talk to Spock about that. You still think your team's going to win?
Right.
By the way, some other hot aliens that you could have sex with. The girl from The Fifth Element.
Yep, she shows up on the list.
Of course, and the three-breasted hooker from Total Recall. I don't even know if she was good-looking, but she had 3 boobs.
I'm in.
Yeah, just like, hey, we're doing this, man.
I've never even seen Total Recall.
It doesn't
Is that something that could actually happen?
What, 3 boobs?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a chance
from a
mutation
medical
could happen.
standpoint,
But
is there someone who's walked on this planet with 3 breasts?
I would think so at some point. You have people with multiple nipples.
Or 4.
Maybe. I don't know. I hope so.
That would be nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm just looking at the scene from Total Recall.
The original one?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. It changed many a man's life. All right, your question. What 2 countries share the longest international border in the world?
I would say the U.S. and Canada.
Yep. Okay. Is that 1 and done or with 2?
That's 2.
2.
2 for Tom.
All right. 2 for Tom. Not bad, man. Yeah. It is, the border is 5,525 miles long, because that includes Alaska.
Okay. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Cheyenne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Cheyenne, you're on Team Sober, I'm assuming? Unless you're getting crazy?
Yes, sir.
All right, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, what happened to the Jags?
We already went through this time.
Oh, my bad. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ted.
All right, you're going to pick an alien to come and visit you there, Cheyenne. You taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I got to go with Yoda.
Why Yoda? What's the reasoning behind that?
I mean, like, he can use the Force, like badass moves with a lightsaber, all the stuff he could learn, man.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, like, when he leaves, he'll be like, I taught you all this stuff, and I go, it's cool. Now, I just have to understand the Force, and I need a lightsaber. Like, it was cool when you're here, but now that you're gone, yeah, back to getting my ass kicked.
Touche.
Do you think that Yoda would pick up ass? Somehow I do. I truly believe, even without using the Force, I think if he sat at the bar and started telling his story, somehow Yoda's like, yo, man, don't come a knocking if the bedroom's rocking, you know?
Without a doubt, man.
God, that would piss me off. Like, 3 women went home with frickin' Yoda, and I'm waiting for last call? Come on. All right, we just talked about the U.S.-Canada border. So the question for you, multiple choice. How many states border Canada? 11, 12, 13, or 14?
Oh, hold on.
Yes, I knew Miles was going to go down with this scrap paper. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 12.
Do the Great Lakes count?
No, it's not a state.
I mean, they're not a state, but typically
What
we're
I'm
the Great
saying
Lakes.
is,
I mean, like New York.
The border is in the middle of Lake Superior, so is Michigan technically.
Oh, in that case, yeah. Because one part of it belongs to the state, the other part belongs to Canada.
Well, Detroit is lower, but I mean, there's a bridge straight into Canada.
Right.
No, so New York does not count.
New York would count.
Okay, so
because it actually borders Canada on the other side. So there's Lake Ontario that divides it, but if you head out west. By the way, to answer someone's text here, what about the blue chick from X-Men? Does she count? She's not an alien. She is a mutant.
Yeah.
I'll say 12.
Nope.
14.
13. Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Alaska. Okay. Now you know. All right, Cheyenne, your question. What is a male donkey called? A male donkey.
I know this probably isn't right, but the only thing I can think of is a burro.
Is it an ass?
Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Jack.
And say jackass, yeah. So Jack and Jenny.
What's the female?
A Jenny.
A Jenny ass.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny.
A Jenny ass.
Jenny.
I like the Jenny ass more than the jackass.
Jenny the donkey. I love the donkey.
All right, Cheyenne, your question. Which South American country owns the Galapagos Islands? They're kind of going through it right now.
Let's see.
There's a little unrest going on in this country.
Venezuela?
Ecuador.
Question 4.
Question number 4. What was the name of Charles Lindbergh's plane that he used to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Plane.
I believe it's named after a city in the United States.
It is.
Yeah, one you don't want to go to.
Yeah. It's not a city you pick now.
Oh, is it the Spirit of St. Louis?
There you go.
That was the clue. Not sure you want to go there now.
We've all seen it.
See,
well,
look.
you've been there. Was it that bad?
No. The plane is in the Air and Space Museum.
Yeah. I have seen it.
I mean, you're probably the only person here who's spent time there, right?
What, St. Louis?
Did you go up in the arch and all that stuff?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we were in high school, like with a basketball team trip, so we didn't really leave the hotel much.
Probably a good idea.
But like, I have a couple very good friends that are from St. Louis, and they're like, yeah, there's just parts of it you don't go to.
Okay. But did you say the thing with St. Louis is that you are known from the high school you went to? Is that how you're
Correct.
identified?
Yeah.
Apparently that is the one question.
Like that's very common to Boston, too. As far as like what borough you grew up in, what high school you went to.
And for whatever reason, like I went to Catholic school, so like I know, Chaminade and some of the big ones in St. Louis. But yeah, like my buddy Brett, like he told me like that's what they all say to each other. And then I met a bartender just before Christmas. She was like, St. Louis, like, what high school did you go to? And she's like, how'd you know? I mean, they all do it. Like our friend Leslie, if she runs into Brett, they will talk about high school.
That'll be the first conversation.
And then break into Nellie.
Followed by Nellie.
Okay. Yeah, I have another friend. She's from St. Louis, and like they start like wild little animals. They start yelling and like hyping each other up about it.
Really? Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Dan, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team California Sober.
All right, Dan. Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay. You're going to get a alien to visit you here for a weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I'll go with Yoda because process of elimination says the other ones have all the negativities you guys were saying and drawbacks. So,
well, I mean, look, my only beef with Groot is that he just keeps repeating the same phrase. But I feel like contextually, you can kind of understand the sentiment.
I think it'd be fun.
I feel like Groot would be most likely to go drinking with him.
Hell yeah. He's going to throw down with you. You guys are going to have a good time, man. He's going to pick up women and you have no idea why.
But I also feel like Groot's the kind of alien where by the end of the night, we're both in jail. quote unquote drying out, as the cops would
His
say.
best friend was a thievish raccoon.
I think Spock's going to drink everyone under the table on this one.
I think he could, but you'd have to convince him why it's an important thing to do.
No, I think Yoda's going to drink everybody under the table. I think he
I
orders.
don't think Yoda drinks,
He's
man.
the jackass that orders the top shelf whiskey
No,
at
he's
the
too
bar.
small. You know what I mean? Like the little people, they get drunk fast.
That's true.
Yoda likes to smoke the green.
Yeah, Groot ain't smoking himself.
Yeah, that's true. But he would know what plants to smoke.
Well, yeah, but it's like saying I know what people to eat.
Yeah, but if I'm a cannibal and you're a cannibal, I'd be like, hey,
We're
listen,
not.
you
That's
didn't
what
hear
I'm
this from me.
saying. I mean, we're not saying they're cannibals.
I didn't say I wasn't.
I'm assuming they aren't.
But we don't know that. Look, a black widow spider has sex. She eats a dude. A lion takes over the pride. He's going to eat whatever cubs came from the male lion that wasn't it.
I know.
I don't know that Groot doesn't carry that. Like, yo, I'm here to eat trees. Let them know who's boss. We don't know.
Smoke them.
We don't know. All right, Dan, your question. Tennis player Bobby Riggs famously lost the match to what female tennis player in 1973's Battle of the Sexes?
Anna Kournikova.
Well, I mean, one of my favorite tennis players, but that was Billie Jean King.
That was, in fact, Billy. They look very different. Just throw that out there.
I remember as a kid learning about that. Found it just hilarious.
Oh, because he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
She's like, let's play. And then he did. Then he lost.
They played for real, right?
They played an actual match. It was televised, right? Got all the hype. And I don't know that she whipped his ass, but she ended up winning. All right. Because it's a women, they couldn't beat a man in tennis, except this guy. All right, your question. What is the singular form of the word they?
Him.
Should it be? Should you?
Them, they, singular, they.
It's they. Oh, they is the singular of they. All right, so and they trace this as far back as the 1300s. They is plural. It is singular. People understand what you mean.
All right, Billie Jean King actually dominated him.
Oh, really?
She beat him in straight sets, 6-4, 6-3, 6-3. That said, to beat a 55-year-old guy was no thrill for me. The thrill was exposing a lot of new people to tennis.
Well, good. Sure was, yeah. All right, the question, which U.S. president said, quote, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall? Back when Gorbachev was a contractor, you see.
Carter.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Wipe that thing off your head.
Your question.
Isn't that in Hot Shots or some of those?
Yeah,
old,
they put that big ass. Yeah, they wipe it off.
Or no, maybe it's like Lethal Weapon.
One of them, they basically like got him in a headlock and cleaned his head off. All right, who was the second president of the United States?
Jefferson Adams.
John Adams. John Adams.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to combine both. Let's see.
Question 5.
Question number 5. Who was the jeweler to the Roman court famous for their Easter eggs? You know who this is. You've heard of this.
Yep.
Sorry, can you repeat the questions?
Who was the jeweler to the Roman court famous for their Easter eggs? So basically...
the jester?
Fabergé.
Brute. Peter Carl
Ukraine. Oh, yep. Excuse me.
Ocean's 11. Oh, yeah, I remember.
I remember it from Risky Business.
The Fabergé eggs?
I'm pretty sure the mom had one or something, and that was like that's how he almost got caught.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm taking the first names of the people here on the show. So we have Stephen, Michael, Edward, or James. Which name means the supplanter or the replacer? Stephen, Michael, Edward, or James?
Michael.
Nope. That'd be Jemime. James means, Stephen means crown or summit. Michael means
shepherd, right?
Who is like God.
Oh!
don't get cocky.
Yes.
And Edward equals wealth or fortune or prosperity.
I can tell.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, I do run the board.
You do run the board, yes.
I can silence you right now.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Godlike.
He is godlike. Always judging.
Mostly that.
Mike only drinks wine. Silence.
Takes credit for other people's pregnancies.
I knew it was coming. I was like, I got to stop cracking on him. He's going to cut me off.
All right, Dan, your question. What Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore movie takes place in Hawaii?
I made that, baby.
The First Date.
Close. I'll give you another guess at this.
The First Dates.
It wasn't one.
50 First Dates.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, Dan. Question number 8. So far, you've tied George now as our biggest dummy.
All right, question number 8. What dam was built in the 1930s creating Lake Mead? Do you know where Lake Mead is?
It's a lake made nothing but alcohol.
All right.
They dump dead bodies in it.
Yes, they do.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is an island.
That would be the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam. Lake Mead is right outside of Vegas.
Congratulations, Dan. You're now our biggest dummy of the year.
Right there, son.
Nice work, brother. Nice work. It would erase George. George, you're gone.
All right, Dan, your question. What video game console did Nintendo release directly prior to the Wii?
The 64.
GameCube.
The GameCube. Was that thing any good? I never...
Depends on who you ask. If you ask me, not terribly well. You ask my wife, it was the greatest game system out there.
What was the difference between the GameCube and anything they'd done prior? I mean, were the graphics better, new games, or what?
Yeah, it's as with anything, it kind of refined things a little bit more. It was their first one that had discs instead of cartridges.
Okay, all right.
Rumble packs built into the controller, so it did have a lot of different advancements. The best games came off of N64,
but the games weren't great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, your question. What two numbers are used in the binary system?
I'm going to guess ones and twos.
Zeros and ones?
Zeros and ones.
Yeah.
Binary's two. Okay.
Yeah, binary is two numbers, but the two numbers they use are 0 and 1.
Question 11.
Question 11. Now that we've turned it up like Spinal Tap, what ingredient was removed from Coca-Cola in 1903?
Cocaine.
There you go. Nice work.
Yeah, that's the one he gets. That's the one he gets.
More Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
The reviews are in for McDonald's hotter, juicier burgers. Let's hear what Hamburglar has to say.
Robble, robble.
What our old friend Hamburglar said is, the patties are juicier. The bun is a thing of beauty. The cheese perfectly melted.
Robble.
My burger dreams have come true. You heard him, folks. These are McDonald's best burgers ever. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Robble.
Available at most restaurants in this area. Comparison of McDonald's classic burgers to prior burgers.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. If they don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm. Justice for you.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
99.9 KISW. We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
I did get a new biggest dummy for the year.
Yeah.
Dan took 11 questions to get one right. So
people on the text lines loved them.
We have a new champion. Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK. Who is our next contestant ready to play the big game?
Hello, Willie. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Illogical.
Hola. Willie, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Willie, are you taking Spock?
Yeah, absolutely, because I would love to get that guy loaded up, somehow get him drunk, slip him something and just watch him melt down. It'd be great.
Everybody wants to get him drunk. I feel like with a dude whose brain works like that, man, I want to have him smoke weed.
Yeah, me too.
Or trip on shrooms.
Just analytical.
Yeah, let him get in his own brain.
I want to slip that guy a dose and watch him melt down.
You're going to trip and go on a hike with Spock.
Not to use a Spock word.
In Portland.
I think it would be fascinating.
It would be.
It would definitely be an interesting time. All right, Willie.
Out on the town.
You think he goes home with chicks?
Well, don't they teleport?
I mean, if he's got his crew with him, he can't just do it himself.
He can't.
He's still got to Uber.
We can't get to the top of the mountain. Like, just hell, man. Just take us back home.
Like, Spock, come on, bro. Hook a brother.
Blink your eyes, whatever you do, like Genie, whatever.
Right. All right, Willie, here is your question. In Greek mythology, Hephaestus was the god of what? Earth, air, water, or fire?
Can you repeat that name?
Hephaestus.
Earth, fire, or what were the choices? Sorry.
Earth, air, water, or fire?
I don't know. I'll say air.
Fire.
Was in fact fire.
Fire.
Why was water booted out of Earth, Wind, and Fire?
I don't know.
I remember saying, like, those are the four, what are they, like medieval elements, some name for it. And they're like, yeah, we're not feeling water. Oh, no, I know. All right, your question. The Saphir-Simpson scale is used to measure what meteorological event?
The which scale?
The Saphir-Simpson scale.
I do not know.
Any guesses? It's a meteorological event.
What is it called?
The Saphir-Simpson scale.
Full moons?
Period shower or whatever.
Hurricanes. Strength of a hurricane.
Oh, hurricane.
Oh.
All right. But all you ever hear is category.
Right. They categorize it, I guess, for you. So, all right, Willie, your question. The vernal equinox is the beginning of what?
Summer?
Winter.
Spring.
Oh.
The solstices are winter and summer. The equinoxes are spring and fall.
Oh. When is the spring equinox?
When is it?
Yeah.
Usually between around March 19th and around March 22nd. I'm not sure exactly where it falls this year, but it's always around that time.
All right.
All right, your question. How many sides does a trapezoid have?
5.
That'd be a pentagon. Trapezoid has 4 sides.
4 sides. Mm-hmm. Just like a freakazoid.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Trapezoid, I know it's a real word. I can't say it and take it seriously at the same time.
Come on and mind me.
I'm a trapezoid. Oh, come on. All right, multiple choice question for you. What animal is pictured on the Canadian $2 coin? A loon, a beaver, a polar bear, or a moose?
I'll say a beaver.
You say bear?
Beaver.
Oh, beaver.
Is it a loon?
Polar bear.
Oh, it is.
I want to say the loon is on the $1.
Right, because that's a loony, then a toonie.
Okay.
Oh.
It should be a berry. All right, Willie, I cannot speak for the people in this studio, but how many pairs of chromosomes does the average human have?
42.
I have no idea. Really?
None. 64.
23.
23.
Oh, 23andMe.
You know, that's probably what that stands for. Now that you say it out loud, that makes a lot of sense.
I thought you were going to get hooked up with a 23-year-old.
It never dawned on me till right now.
No, once you said it, I'm like, I never questioned where the name came from, but it's like, right, that's a stupid name. Now it makes sense.
It's also pathetic because I didn't know there's 23.
Yeah.
But I've definitely said, like, that boy's a few chromosomes short.
I don't know what the number is, but he ain't got them all. You know?
I'm not smart enough to know that.
I don't know how many seats are in your minivan, but I can tell not everybody's in it.
I'm making fun of him for being dumb. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, 23. 23andMe. Thank you, Ted. That's just fantastic. That doesn't mean that's what it is, but I like it.
Now you know.
Now we know. All right.
And knowing's half the battle.
Thank you, G.I. Joe. All right, your question. What is the most populous country that drives on the left? It is a heavily, heavily populated country. And they drive on the left.
India?
Oh, yeah, good point.
I did not know that. So believe it or not, there's 24 countries that drive on the left. We always just get on England.
England
right?
is one, yeah.
So there's India, a few of them, Hong Kong. I know it's not its own country. Fiji, Ireland, Botswana, Tonga, Kenya, Japan, Bangladesh, etc.
Jamaica.
I mean, it's all basically the colonies.
Yeah, essentially. For whatever reason, every time we say drive on the left, it's only England that we get on.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Time to make fun of India. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Tim, sober or not sober?
459 days sober.
Oh, good for you, Tim. Nice work, man.
Yep, couldn't get drunk as soon as I retired.
Okay. Have you lost any weight?
Not really.
Okay, because hey, man, stop drinking. You'll lose weight. I stopped drinking
That's
before.
what I heard,
I didn't lose any
work
weight.
for me.
I just ate more.
All right.
Hey, Tim, pick an alien to visit you for the weekend. Is it going to be Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
Under control?
What's that?
Is the Predator going to try to eat somebody? Is he going to be under control?
Under
we
control.
don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, he's here for a visit, man. I
He's
think
coming
he's
to
off
see you.
duty.
I think that'd be really rude to do that to your host.
I'm taking Predator then.
Okay.
It's not a bad call. I'll be like, I dare you to kick me out of this bar. I know that I'm dancing naked on the bar. I want you to come over here, bouncer, and throw me out of this bar. Just go through my friend.
Any line, you can cut it.
Right. You mind if we get ahead of you at Disney World? Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
You mind if we dance with your ladies? Predator says he thinks they're cute.
Yeah, you're going to get things done.
Humor. He laughed at the end of the movie when he blew the bomb up.
Now, you're right. He has a sense of humor. I just think what he finds funny is different than what I find funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of sick people that have senses of humor.
Right. Like if I took him to see Schindler's List and he's doubled over laughing, I go, okay, maybe we're not tracking the same. That's
right.
All right, Tim, here's your question. Which music mogul was involved in creating Rockaware?
Rockaware?
I know you know, Ted.
I have Elvis Presley.
Oh, so close.
Bret Michaels?
Come on, man.
Rockaware?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Oh, I didn't know
Brett
that.
Mike, you just wanted to say that name to piss me off.
I know that Bret Michaels has got like various different things as far as products.
He has a dog treat or dog toy. I could not believe it. I'm in the aisle of a grocery store to get something for my dog, and I'm just looking at all the different balls and the ropes and all this. And I realized his picture is looking at me, and I'm like, dude, I'm in the pet set. Tell me, Bret Michaels, you don't also have to be in the pet world. Can you just go somewhere else? Go to like the vegetarian aisle. I'll never know you're there. All right, your question.
Him and Damon Dash started Rockefeller Records.
Hence Rockaware.
Gotcha.
Bret Michaels he's talking about, Miles. Mm-hmm. All right, your question. What is the first day of Lent called? The first day.
I'm sorry, one more time?
What is the first day of Lent called?
Is that Ash Wednesday?
Boom. It is Ash Wednesday.
Nice work,
Good
Tim.
work.
Nice work. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Alex. Welcome back, sort of, to the men's room.
Hey, hola, bicholas.
Hola. Alex, you're on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team sober.
Welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, Alex, you got an alien coming into town to visit you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I've thought about this between Yoda and Groot, and I have to go with Groot, because because he's so cute when he's little and he dances. It's just adorable.
Everything's cute when it's little.
Well, he's pretty nice.
All right,
when he's older.
Alex.
That's why my penis
Alex?
is so cute.
He's a little potted plant.
Yeah. Now, Alex, I got to ask, if Groot wanted to throw you some wood for the weekend, would you take it?
I mean, could I say no? Of course not.
All right.
Good news, gentlemen.
Yeah.
What's that?
If you're worried about Valentine's Day and what to do, just make sure she knows you're Catholic. Ash Wednesday is on February 14th this year.
Oh, baby,
Which
I'd
is a-
love to take you out to dinner, but
It's a day of fasting.
yeah.
Sorry.
We can't go to that restaurant. Ted, good looking out, man.
Yeah.
Good looking out.
And maybe just
No, but
randomly.
we can have that expensive wine.
That's okay because
I don't think you can be drinking wine either.
you can't drink wine either.
I mean, if you're going to try to not go to dinners, it's a day of fasting, you probably shouldn't have booze.
But I thought, like, with the Catholics, right?
Yeah.
Like, wine was kind of their go-to. It's the blood of Christ.
So's bread, dude. They're not eating that either.
But see, to me, fasting is only food.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I think you can day drink all day long as long as you don't eat anything.
Fasting's not about food, man. It's
What is it about that other just
No,
food?
you definitely need some liquids
It's
in you.
denying self.
Well, maybe I want to deny water.
There you go. You have to stay hydrated.
That's right.
Wine will hydrate
Yeah.
you.
Just drink light beers all day. Mm-hmm. Keep your stomach full with some carbohydrates.
There you go.
Be easier to get through the day.
We got this down.
I'm kind of hungry, but not as bad as it could be.
Valentine's Day is going to be great.
Well, and nowadays in Lent, fasting on Fridays, and you just can't have meat.
There you go. All right, baby, I got us some fish sticks and a bottle of wine, Mama. Let's throw down. Yeah, fish sticks. yeah, for a good night. All right, Alex, here is your question. Only 12 plants and 5 animal species make up what percent of the world's food? 15, 25, 60, or 75%? So only 12 plants and 5 animal species make up 1%. What percent of the world's food? 15, 25, 60, or 75%?
I'm going to go a little bit higher and say 50.
You should go higher, 75%.
Oh, okay.
So they say of the 300,000 edible plants, we use about 200 of them. We like what we like, and we stick with that.
There's something real good out there that we haven't eaten yet.
It's a plant, though. I don't know.
I mean, look.
I hope they find the vegetable that tastes awesome.
Everybody at some point has tried to taste every single animal on this planet.
Oh, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Compared to the amount of plants, I don't think that's been done.
But I feel like you don't always know if a plant's going to be poisonous until your buddy who tried it
That's exactly
falls
right.
over face down into soup.
You need to have like 1,000 people do this.
Right.
30 come back, and then you can find out like a new lettuce you can eat.
That's what my father always said, man, I have no problem being the second person to do anything. Because if things go wrong, I'm still the first. He's like the moon landing.
That's why it would be good to have Groot around, because he'd be able to tell you.
Okay, there you go. You have just justified Groot visiting you for the weekend. We can now forage for plants.
And get wood.
Right. And get wood, yes.
Thank you.
All right, Alex, your question. What are the names of the brothers in the band Oasis? Actually, they're related to each other.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I have no idea.
Really, these two, man, they were notorious for getting drunk and fist fighting each other. I don't even know if they like each other now.
The one brother's just a pain in the butt.
I think they both are. The other one's just more outspoken.
Very, very British names.
I have to say, one's got a very British name.
They both do.
Yeah.
British name. So, like, Benedict, maybe,
There you go.
and Albus.
Did you say Alvis?
Alvis.
Yeah, Albus, like
Oh,
Albus
Albus.
Dumbledore.
Oh, my God.
Just like that.
Benedict and Albus. Believe it or not, those are not the names of the brothers in the
Liam
band
and,
Oasis.
and Noel.
No.
Liam and Noel.
Gallagher, right?
Damn it, no. Okay.
Gallagher. Although I much prefer your names, to be honest with you. Benedict and Albus Gallagher.
Yeah.
Benedict and Elvis Gallagher. We are Oasis.
They did it again. At it again.
I mean, that one album is a great album.
It is. They're just douchey.
Is the other brother that bad? I just know the one was terrible. There's like the famous interview he does on Total Request Live where he just sits there sucking on a lollipop.
Right. I mean, that's just how they roll.
He was pretty notorious for getting into the drugs a little more than the other one.
Oh, yeah. And then they would get in a fist fight about it. All right, your question. Who is Liza Minnelli's mother?
Oh, Liza Minnelli's mother is... Oh, my gosh.
You just asked what I asked.
know. I see her face.
Now you sound like a medium.
Sorry. Hang on. I'm trying not to curse.
We can tell.
It's going to kill me as soon as you say it because I know it. And I've seen her movies, too. Oh, my goodness.
There's one movie she's done that pretty much everyone that I've ever known on this planet, old or young, has seen.
Yes, and she actually used to live in the town that I used to live in, and Wizard of Oz.
That is correct.
Yeah, now you're getting there.
When I'm in my car listening to you, I know all the answers, and as soon as I get on the phone with you, I'm dumb as a box of rocks.
Well, based on your driving, that probably doesn't help either.
It's because Ted's so handsome.
Yeah. Don't be intimidated by my voice.
Oh, my gosh. What is her name?
That's what I'm asking you.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I don't even want to tell you.
I'm not even there. Yep. Question number 4.
I'm with her, too. I'm drawing a blank. I know who she is.
I'm not going to say. Because everyone right now is screaming at the radio.
Oh, that's
I know. And she used to live in Lancaster. She had a house in Lancaster, California.
You might have some of it still around your house if you haven't cleaned up after
It's amazing how much you know about someone who you don't know.
I know.
I just can't remember her name.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell you. Let's just move on to the next question. You're going to be so mad. You're going to make this loud screeching sound if I tell you. I can feel it.
It's like St. Louis Day because she was in Meet Me in St. Louis.
I would have never known that. I've seen one movie with her, and it was Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, she was in a few.
All right.
Oh, she was in the original Star is Born.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yes.
Huh.
Wow, her mom was prolific.
In many ways. All right, here's your question. I don't know that to be true.
Predator knows.
Yeah. Like, wait, what kind of predator are you again? He takes off his helmet. It's Bill Cosby. I've been a predator all my life.
I'm going to jump around inside of the forest and I'm going to go invisible and woo.
Make myself invisible.
Got the blades on my wrist and slap.
All right, your question. The Predator. Starring Bill Cosby.
When it explodes, pudding goes everywhere.
There you go.
Yeah. What city was Martin Luther King Jr. killed in?
Oh.
To be fair, people get killed there a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a great city.
But they get barbecue before they die.
It wasn't Dallas. I'm going to say...
I'll give you a hint, Alex. Do you know anything about basketball?
Yes.
Okay. They're one of the smaller cities that have an NBA franchise in the NBA.
You mean like Indianapolis? Like the...
Yeah, like a smaller city.
Right, yeah.
But it's not the Pacers.
Okay, it's not the Pacers. Cleveland?
Memphis.
Oh, Memphis. Okay.
Question 5.
Question number 5 for you, Alex. By the way, the answer to that other question, Liza Minnelli's mother. It's Judy frickin' Garland. It is Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
I told you to get mad, man. All right.
I am.
All right, your question. Baklava, eclair, macaroon, or croissant? Which pastry's name means, quote, flash of lightning in French? So baklava, eclair, macaroon, or croissant?
Well, baklava is not even French, so it can't be that.
Thank you for noticing that.
Oh, all right. You know what? You know a little bit about cooking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love to bake.
Is this based on the shape? To some degree?
Maybe.
I have an idea.
I do too.
Yeah.
You think that's based on shape?
Well,
you're talking about...
Yeah.
A croissant is more shaped like a moon. So like a sliver of a moon, like a crescent moon.
I always picture toenails.
It depends on the croissant.
Picture that the next time you eat a croissant. This is like a big, giant brown toenail.
It's like a giant doughboy clipping his tail.
What are you guessing there, Alex?
What were the choices again? We got baklava, eclair, croissant. What
And
was the other one?
macaroon.
French macaroon?
I'm going to go with macaroon.
Croissant?
It's a eclair.
Eclair, yes.
Eclair.
I'm guessing because the cream in the middle is yellow like a bolt of lightning.
Really?
Or maybe just because the shape of it looks like a bolt of lightning.
A little bit. I was just picturing in my head, but I picture like Dunkin' Donuts eclair. Yeah. Like it's a tube.
Yeah, it's like my husband's favorite dessert, too, and I didn't get it right. Dang it.
Ask him if he knows what eclair means.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I hope he just says something like, I don't give a crap, just get me
I
one.
think he's going to talk about the fact you want to have sex with Groot, to be honest with you.
Get that Groot root.
That'd be my first question when I walked in the door.
Did you have sex with Groot? I saw a bark in your underwear.
Really?
Don't lie to me.
Groot?
Did you play with his pine cones?
I like them tall. I don't know what to say.
Mind the pine cones.
Right.
I like them tall. It doesn't matter that they're a tree. I just like tall things. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Well, not for nothing. I'm tall. All right, your next question. What is the name of the band featuring Jack Black and Kyle Gass?
Yeah. Tenacious D. Good talking to you.
Oh, there we go.
Right on. Yeah.
Tenacious D, just like Groot. More of Big Dummy coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returned...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
Mike Rowe here with a few thoughts on my favorite sweatshirt. A classic zip-up hoodie that used to be navy blue but has since faded to what the fashionistas call a distressed indigo. It's 13 years old, soft as a flannel bathrobe, and after a few hundred dirty jobs, demonstrably and undeniably indestructible. This is the kind of sweatshirt girlfriends like to permanently borrow. But I've held on to this one because I got it from American Giant. American Giant makes all their stuff right here in the USA so they can control every link in their own supply chain. That matters because when you buy American Giant, you not only get great quality, you create jobs for people in factory towns all over the country. No pressure, but if you give a damn about the business of making things in America, you got to support the companies who are doing it right. Go to American-Giant.com/Mike to get 20% off your first order. That's American-Giant.com/Mike.
99.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
We'll get to the world of chewing gum. Coming up with the head chef at Ted's Meat and Potatoes. In the meantime, the game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Miro. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Big Dummy! My hovercraft is full of eels.
Hola. Miro,
Hola.
sober or not sober?
Sober.
All right, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our Men's Room poll. An alien's going to hang out with you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I'd definitely go with Mr. Spock. Because he's a musician, so I can jam with him.
I'm sure he rocks. All right, Miro, here's your question. The Gadsden Purchase. The Gadsden Purchase in 1853 involved the lower portions of what are now which two U.S. states?
Oklahoma and Colorado?
Any guesses?
I'll say Arizona and New Mexico.
Wow, nailed it. Arizona and New Mexico. Sure. All right, Miro, what color is vermilion a shade of? Vermilion.
Well, I'll guess red.
Oh, wow. Done. Nice job. Nice job.
I hate colors like that. It's just always the thing. 'Cause my wife will say things like, well, it's vermilion. And I'm like, baby, I don't know what that is. And she'll say, well, dark red.
If you really want kids to learn that, then the Crayola 64 pack should be true to those names.
What do you think they call it instead? Do you think they have vermilion?
Mike, what I'm saying is, if it really 64... is, they'll have like orangish brown or something, or whatever they think.
Orangish brown.
Just name it whatever. Like if you're saying burnt orange or whatever the color is. But
no, I agree.
Just name it what it is, and that way maybe somebody has the opportunity to learn it.
Wait, do they have vermilion in the Crayola 64 pack?
Hell no.
You're going to say, I'm going to say yes. I'm saying yes, they do.
Unless they change the name of the colors.
I don't think they had it when we were growing up. My money says they do it now.
Okay.
I don't know. We're looking for vermilion. No? Come on, Crayola. Hook the kids up, dude. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Stevie, on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Well, before I called, I was on kind of Team Sober. Now I'm on kind of not Team Sober.
All right. Okay, Steve, our men's room poll, you get to pick an alien to visit you. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
Well, it's going to have to be Spock's. I always want to improve my mind, especially when I call you guys on a Thursday.
Well, we're going to find out.
I would not want him diving into my mind.
Would you let him mind meld you?
Well, he's not using the Force, so maybe.
All right, suit yourself. He doesn't need to know what I'm thinking.
What happens when he mind melts you?
He puts his hands on your face.
He gets like a good read of your emotions. Not your exact thoughts, but kind of where you're tracking.
Oh, I'd let him do that to me.
Really?
Let me toss that back at you. How would you feel with Yoda mind melding with you?
I don't think he mind melds. He just uses the Force. He might make me do something stupid.
He mind tricks, yeah.
But he mind tricks you. He's not reading my mind. He's making a very educated guess about what my motives are.
Well, that's what Spock is doing. It's very logical.
Okay, if you say so. Since we're talking about Mr. Spock.
This guy sounds like he's paid by Big Spock.
I know, Big Spock. Well, since we're talking about Mr. Spock, including the animated series, how many Star Trek TV series have there been? 5, 10, 12, or 14?
I'll go with 5.
What was that?
I said 5.
I'll say 14.
Mr. Spock ain't hanging out with you, Steve. There have been 12. There is the original, the animated, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, Discovery, Short Treks, even though that does not look like what I wrote, Picard, Lower Decks, Prodigy, and Strange New Worlds.
I stand corrected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mr. Spock. You get a Vulcan neck pinch your ass. All right, Steve, your question. What major car company owns the luxury Lexus brand?
Toyota?
Nice job.
Yes, indeed. Toyota.
Nice job. Game is Big Dummy 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Donovan. Welcome to the men's room.
Yo.
Hello, Donovan. Goodbye, Donovan. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Joe, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Sober, I'm driving.
Gotcha, Joe. Okay, Joe, and Alien's going to visit you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I would have gone Predator, like you pointed out, it might be Bill Cosby. So I'm going to go Yoda. We're going to get a couple six-packs and sit around drinking and watch the Spaceballs.
Okay. Yeah, see what Yoda thinks of Spaceballs. It'll be interesting.
Jesus.
All right. Here is your question. What subatomic particle has no charge?
Electrons?
Neutron.
It's neutral.
Yeah, the electron is negative, proton is positive. Neutron doesn't pick sides.
I'm just here for fun.
I'm just straddling the fence, fellas.
I'm a neutron.
I don't care. Seriously, guys, I don't care.
Yeah. Positive or negative, dude?
Whatever. You can both hang out. Just don't get me involved, man. All right, your question.
Why he never went to jail or prison. He was never charged.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
Ted, what the frickin' quantum physics jokes.
Are you kidding me?
Nobody saw that coming today.
Look out.
Bet you Stephen Hawking used to tell that joke. Just level the place. Hey, you want to tell him our idea with Stephen Hawking when he was still alive, Miles?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's your question. Jeez. Oh, what does the abbreviation ROI stand for in the financial world? ROI.
Return on investment.
Very good. Very
yes,
good.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. No, we can't do that one on the air.
We can't even do it on the app.
Do it on the app.
No, we can't.
I don't know if we can.
It's just, we were saying Stephen Hawking, one of the things he said before he died was that that voice box thing he used. No, they could change the voice. They could change the voice to anything, but he said, look, I just kept it the same because everybody, they recognize it as me. What's the point of coming?
I believe they trademarked it, actually.
Really? So I had said to Miles, man, it'd have been cool when he was alive. Like, you could hack into that thing, and make him sound like Fat Albert or, I'm here to talk about quantum physics. Right. It's the same information. And then Miles took it one step further.
It's like, especially if it was Mr. T.
Right.
So we're...
Today we're here to talk about black holes.
Turn off the microphone for 2 seconds. All of them. Okay, all right, here we go.
I picture it.
Happy birthday.
He has to do an hour seminar. Everyone knows it's not his fault, Mike. Just picture it.
He might get sampled in a rap song.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Wheeling down the street.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores. Chris, you got a team sober or team not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Chris. Welcome to Big Dummy.
You want to think about quantum physics?
Chris, you need to pick an alien to visit you. Is it going to be Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
Say, brother.
I'd take Yoda.
Yoda. All right.
Why Yoda?
Yeah, probably because he's entertaining himself. You know how he talks backward, like, hey, let's go to the bar. To the bar you will go.
You don't think they get old after like 2 hours?
Yeah.
I probably would, but it's still entertaining if you get drunk.
Okay, now here's my question, all right? So you're going out with Yoda. It is open mic night. Now, you have written some very funny jokes, but you want him to say them. I feel like he would get them out of order. Like he would start, he'd ruin the whole thing.
I think he eats really odd food, like pizza rolls. Delicious they are.
I think he'd like pizza rolls.
Yeah, look all kinds
Dude lives in a swamp. I think he'd be like, oh my God, what are these?
Constantly eating a Butterfinger, something weird.
What the hell?
Next thing you know, he's got diabetes.
Exactly. Drinking Sprite.
Miles gave Yoda diabetes.
Eating barbecued Fritos out of the bag, right. Dumping them in.
Got that Cheeto dust on his fingers.
Licking it all up.
That brother would never leave.
No.
Like a month later, like, Yoda, come on, man, seriously. You gotta go, man.
You ate all my snacks.
The wife's tired of you being on the sofa.
He's ripping cigs.
You smoked my last cigarette, Yoda. You gotta go, man.
Quit pinching my wife's ass.
With long ass nails. All right. Here is your question. What is the explosion at the end of a star's life cycle called?
Well, it depends on how big it is, but I'm going to say supernova.
All right. Our first one and done of the day.
2 Oasis questions in one day.
Damn right. Okay, here's your question.
Well
True
done, Montgomery.
or false? Qatar Airways has a strict policy for Falcons on their planes. That part is true. True or false? Only 6 are allowed in the cabin at any one time.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
I know. I'll say true.
Now, it should be noted that while Qatar Airlines will allow 6 Falcons to travel on any one given flight, only 1 per passenger. And that part is true as well.
Okay.
So you can't bring 6
one Falcon per Falcon.
Right. So even if no one else has a Falcon on that flight and you have 6, they still
Are
won't
all those
let you
dudes
on.
dressed the same? Do they have the leather thing on their forearm, like Iron Mike Sharp? I mean, they all look.
I just know that's the reason I don't use that airline.
Have the Falcon problem?
Well, I travel with 2 Falcons.
Oh, that's right. You're a 2 Falcon. You think the Atlanta Falcons could book a trip on Qatar Airlines? And they're like, look, man, you got to book 53 separate trips. Sorry. Rules are rules.
I'll have a hat with a feather in it.
Anything. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, Mitch Rollins.
Matt, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
All right, Matt, welcome to Big Dummy. In Karen Men's Room Poll, you get an alien visitor for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
Gotta go with Spock.
Spock it is.
Man, Spock is super
Spock
popular.
and Yoda doing well today.
Somebody here says you have to repeat that on the happy hour. There's no chance. Just trust us. This is not going to be repeated.
We will get
on the
fired.
happy hour. Yeah. Look, apparently it's just going to be an inside joke for those of us on the show.
Well, if you didn't want to hear a, men's room happy hour ever again, we could get it done.
We could do that. Yeah, we most certainly would be asked to do
said we could just swear.
We did.
Yeah. We found some words you don't like. All right. Here is your question. In the book and movie, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which Greek god is Percy's father? I'd be pissed if my dad named me Percy.
I agree with that one.
Your name is Percy?
Percy Harvin?
Yeah.
All right.
Percy Sledge?
I'm going to have to pass on this one.
Let's name a Greek god. It can even be Roman, because we know how that works.
Come on, man.
Well, when you're not sober, Greek gods are hard to come up with.
You know what? That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
That's
Zeus.
No. Damn, Ted.
Poseidon.
Well, you starting rumors, bro. Zeus is not Percy's father.
Zeus got freaky, though.
He did give. I think Zeus might be his grandfather. The god in question is Poseidon.
But Zeus was
Poseidon.
Zeus was like the Genghis Khan of the Greek gods, man.
I like how they always gloss over that. You'll read about all these Greek gods, and it's like, well, their father was so and so, but there's like 9 different mothers. You're like, okay, he was slinging that hammer.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right, your question: what is the name of the character Larry David plays on the TV show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Have you seen the show?
I mean, a couple episodes, but no, it's not one of my favorite shows.
Doesn't have to be your favorite. It's pretty simple.
What is the name of the character Larry David plays on the TV show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Larry David.
You got it.
Boom.
There you go.
You got it.
I can hear what's her name just screaming.
Davis Big Dummy, 206-803-ROD.
Larry.
Hello, Isaiah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. Isaiah, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Sober. On my way home right now.
Okay. All right. Snowing where you are, Isaiah?
What's that?
I said, is it snowing where you are?
Oh, nope, not yet. It's nice and clear, Puyallup.
Nice. All right, you got to pick an alien to visit you for the weekend. Are you taking Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I think Spock would get pretty bored with me. I think Groot would probably just roll with whatever I was doing. So I'm going to go with Groot.
Okay.
Groot would just roll with punches.
His best friend's a raccoon. You got to think he's pretty chill.
Yeah, he's not complaining.
All right, here's your question.
Would he hang out with raccoons if he came down here?
I think he probably would. Like, you remind me of my best friend.
Would you take him to the park?
Probably.
Or to a dumpster or wherever they are?
Do you take
He
Groot
wouldn't
to
have
a
any
park?
trouble in Tacoma.
What around the raccoons?
I don't think you take Groot to a park. I feel let's take a sand to the beach. It's probably, dude, I'm a tree.
Yeah, but maybe
you know
he's
what I
got
mean?
some relatives.
I don't know.
It's like a family reunion.
All right, your question. Albert DeSalvo was better known as which serial killer? The Campus Killer, the Boston Strangler, the Night Stalker, or the Angel of Death? Campus Killer, Boston
Say the name
Strangler.
again?
Albert DeSalvo.
What was the fourth one you said? The
Angel of Death. Mm-hmm.
Let's go with that. Never even heard of the guy.
That's because you know him better as the Boston Strangler.
Wow.
Ah, that was my nickname in prison.
It's because of your hand grip.
Yeah. How'd that move solo?
Dang.
All right. Your question. They call me G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu Grill there.
I just try to change it up every once in a while.
Call me Palm Sunday. All right, your question. What Egyptian city was founded in 331 BC by Alexander the Great?
What Egyptian city?
Egyptian city was founded in 331 BC by Alexander the Great. Keep in mind, their egos were very big back then.
Their egos were big. Is that a clue?
Yes, it is.
Alexandria. I don't know. It's not in Egypt.
Yeah, there you go.
Alexandria.
Yeah.
You got it.
Back in the day, if you founded it, it was named after your ass.
Hey, look,
just like here.
I'd still do it today.
I would too,
If I bought a plot of land and turned it into a little city? It'd be
Is
like
it Tedville, Tedburg?
Well, look, Jamestown, Williamsburg, all
Sure.
those time. Yeah, they're all named after people from those.
Smithville Hams.
Lord Baltimore.
What's the name of your town?
I mean, there's so many Smiths. I think I'd go with Tedville.
I would go with Stephenapolis.
Stephenapolis.
Because everyone's going to go Bergenville, right? So I'm adding that Polis on the end. Stephenapolis. Yeah.
Okay. How about Ted Township?
It sounds tiny.
It's good, but like we're not in Western PA. What about just St. Ted?
There you go, right? Nailed it. Put St. in front of it.
I call it Mike's Wood.
What is it?
Mike's Wood.
Mike's Wood? Mike's Wood.
Los Ted? Los Ted?
Los Tedos?
Staying here in the Pacific Northwest. Good forested area.
Mike's Wood.
Mike's Wood.
Like, I'm not going. I'm just not doing it.
I mean, we live all the way out in Mikeswood, but I mean, we can afford it.
Yeah.
We got 4 acres.
You think you can afford Mike's Wood?
We got a Carl's Jr.
It's a small town, dude.
Mike's Wood, yeah.
I did not mean that to come out. I was just making fun of the size of your town. Sorry.
Town.
That worked better than I thought it would.
Hello, Casey. Welcome to the men's room.
Dude. Hola.
Hola.
Casey, are you sober or not sober?
Hey, I'm 2 days sober.
All right, Casey, good for you.
2 days.
One day at a time, man. All right, you're going to pick an alien to visit you for the weekend. You're going to take Groot, Spock, the Predator, or Yoda?
I'm going Predator.
Predator it is.
Glad you picked me. All right.
Here comes the dope pusher.
You guys are so funny.
That's how he shows up.
I know.
It's Shipland.
That's really
That's his ringtone.
Problem is, it's really him.
Yeah, I know. All right, your question. What was Lucy's last name on the show I Love Lucy?
Smith.
Ricardo. Lucy Ricardo.
Right.
I'd have named that show I Love Me Some Lucy. Much different television program.
And a man and a dog.
Shows up late night.
I don't know that anybody sells a Lucy anymore. I used to know one bar right up there.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone... Could you ever actually do it legally, or is it just something that bars did? You know what I mean? I don't know that you can legally sell a single cigarette. You do it on the street, nobody cares. But I mean, like when you have a bar, you're like, yes, if you come into my place of business,
when you went to like those corner stores, they didn't care.
They would break them up.
But there was just right. I mean, we all drank over there, but I was just like, I remember being like, oh, you actually? I was like, you get excited. I'm like, screw it, I'll take one.
The only Lucy I've ever met, 5 different dogs, probably. I've never met a person named Lucy.
I know one person named Lucy. They're a classmate of my daughter. That is it. You're right. All of the rest have been dogs. Not even cats, man. Dogs. Specifically.
My cat's Lucy.
Your cat's Lucy? Yeah. All right, Lucy the cat.
Yeah.
That'd be the other name for the show. All right, here's your question. Eisenhower Roosevelt, Eisenhower Roosevelt, Nautilus, or Enterprise. What was the name of the first operational nuclear-powered submarine?
Eisenhower.
Nautilus?
Nautilus. Mm-hmm.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, baby.
Oh, that's the next question. Who was the captain of the fictional Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Also a very famous fish.
Mm-hmm. Can you repeat the question?
I sure can. If I can find a goddamn thing. Oh, there we go. No, that's
Who
not
was the
right.
captain?
Who was the captain
boat?
of the fictional Nautilus from the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Oh man, I have no idea. Boy.
It's also a very famous fish. Kids love this fish.
Disney fish.
Mm-hmm. Pixar fish.
Nemo.
There you go. You got it.
Yes,
there
it
you
is.
go.
That sounds like an insult almost. One of them Disney fish.
Head chef's coming up. We're going to talk a little chewing gum with Ted's meat and potatoes, and we've got your emails coming up. For the men's room at KISW.com next.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns.
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Experience the Newport Seafood and Wine Festival from February 22nd through 25th. Enjoy over 50 Pacific Northwest wineries under one tent. Some of the best Oregon Coast seafood, over 70 local artisans, a beer garden, a seafood chowder competition, VIP tent, and live entertainment, including Sonny Hess, Sons of Beaches, Curtis Salgado, Ty Curtis, Randy McCoy, and Hectic Week. 1 and 3 day passes available now at newportchamber.org.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns.
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Talking chewing gum. Coming up with the head chef and Ted's Peanut Potatoes, but first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And one from our poll today on the topic of drinking and taking Spock out. Guys, in the series Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Spock is the one captain who is sent to do diplomatic drinking. He drank with the Klingons on 2 occasions.
I bet you the Klingons can hang.
So there you go. Who knew?
But did he get drunk? Does he break the seal?
You'd think there'd be a drink called like a Vulcan or something like that.
How is there not?
Or a vodka. Something.
Is there not?
It just sounds.
If there is, I don't know.
It just sounds like it sounds like that there should be something out there with alcohol.
I'm sure there's some nerdy little bar that sells a Vulcan.
I think you'd want to order a Scotty. In other words, it's a shot of whiskey and nothing else.
That would be my preference. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Is there?
There's a Vulcan.
Wait, so there's a Vulcan here. Contents, ingredients. It's 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of green chartreuse, an ounce of lime juice, simple syrup, jalapeno, ginger beer, and ice.
Sounds pretty good, actually.
Minus that jalapeno.
I'd give it a shot in the summer.
Oh, yeah, that looks great.
It's green like it's blood.
Okay.
Vulcan.
Oh, yeah, Vulcan blood is green.
It is.
On to the birthday emails. All the guys, I'm emailing you to wish the coolest kid, Logan, a very happy 14th birthday. He doesn't remember, but he's been listening to you all off and on since he was 6 months old. So to make sure I keep him humbled on his birthday, could you please give him a "Your Penis is Too Small," a "Suck It Up" cupcake, followed by Coach Ted hollering at him to do his physical therapy exercises for his torn meniscus from his last week of football. Got to repair for next season. Lots of love, guys. That from Dad, Tyler, and Regan.
So, suck it up, cupcake.
Hey, you know what? Logan, look, I could sit here and yell and scream at you, but it's a simple question, son. You want to be a part of this program or not? So I'll tell you what, the first day of next season started the day you tore that meniscus. If you're not in there getting it done now, you want a starting spot on this team? How are we supposed to have faith in you? Now, you walk in that room, you tell the other 50 guys on this team you don't want to do your part, but they should back you up. Come on, son, this is the easy part. Get in there.
Hello, Michelle. Today's my buddy Brock, 39th birthday. I've not only had the pleasure of working with him for over a decade, but being friends as well. Daily listeners love what y'all do. He is a giant at 6'8", and he is the best door guy in the city. So please give him a little kid fish sandwich, some green beans, and the Dirty Germans letting him know what happens in the last year of your 30s. Keep on rocking, guys, and thanks for the laughs from He Knows Who.
Fish challenge.
Green beans, green beans, green beans.
Yeah, what you can expect is the last year of your 30s, quite frankly, is joint pain. Yeah, when you wake up and things hurt, it's just because you're awake. But the good news is you're 6'8". That's when you hire a dwarf and get a mouth hug and she doesn't even have to kneel down.
Yeah, at that height, he doesn't need a dwarf. He just needs a shorter girl. But honestly, it's the end of the 30s. Nobody tells you this. It rains stuff down from the sky. Next thing you know, you're in a wussy parade.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails. Guys, long-time listener, first time writing in.
Okay.
I love the show and want to thank you guys for years of laughs. The other day, you guys mentioned you had no idea why the Happy Chinooka soundbite happened, or Chinooka.
Happy Chinooka.
Can't confirm, but maybe it was a bad pronunciation of Happy Chinooka in the traditional spelling of Hanukkah. Just a random thing you guys got me wondering about. Thanks again, and keep doing what you're doing. That from Adam in Covington.
Adam, we're going to think about that. You might be on something.
I think you might be.
I would explain a lot.
It sure will.
Hit it one more time, Mike. I really want to listen to it.
All right, give me a second.
I don't know what it means.
Bring it back here and then.
Happy Chinooka.
Now,
maybe.
Yes.
Happy
We have
Chinooka.
our 2023, ladies and gentlemen, dump button total from our buddy Kyle, our unofficial statistician of the men's room. He says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Apologies for getting this to you a few weeks late, but after having become a father in April of 2023, I fell 6 months behind on things. But I finally completed the total dump button count. The final number for the year 2023... 68 dumps.
Is that more or less than 2022?
This is a steep decrease from 2022, which was 95.
Jeez.
And the lowest count that I can remember. The total number of FCC fines avoided in 2023 was $23,800,000.
Wow. Just look at all the money I saved this company.
Yes.
You'd think they'd give us a raise.
That'd be apropos.
The running total in fines that I have saved is now up to, as records began in 2016, $454,525,000.
Again, we should send this to the brass. Who else has saved you this much money?
Yes.
Who else? What other show do you have in the 260 radio stations you own from coast to coast have saved you that much money? By the way, you're welcome.
As always, this does not include Ted versus the FCC, who accumulated $4.9 million in fines with his losses this year. As a reminder, Ted, I fly into Austin the day after you do the next time you go down there. By the way, September...
How does he know that?
Because he knows your itinerary.
He knows everything.
We put it up on KISW.com.
I haven't even booked that flight yet.
So people can know and go get you a...
Did you mention it at all?
Beer.
I don't know.
It must have popped out of your
Or
mouth.
I'm wondering if this guy knows.
He's the unofficial statistician of the men's room. He knows all things men's room.
Maybe he's going to the same wedding.
He might be.
That'd be kind of funny.
Maybe you and Kyle can hang out in Austin. Let's see here. September was the filthiest month with 16 dumps.
Yeah.
While you had days with 3 dumps twice.
What the hell?
Notable dumps this year. February 24th, Mike Hawk's first ever offense.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome in, Mike.
Not proud of it.
April 18th, we had to dump Satan, as he also cussed on this fine.
Oh, yeah.
So he was rather shocked to be with us, too.
April 28th, Our own Veggie Dog gets dumped. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Veggie Dog, yeah.
What did Veggie Dog say? Curse word or just a phrase?
I'm pretty sure it was a curse word. I think he might have, dipped in a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, hey. Oh, get a little loose.
Then June 13th, Sean Kemp gets dumped on the program.
Yeah, man. That was called walking on eggshells because he does not care.
September 9th, Miles while introducing Ted versus the FCC.
Oh, I remember that one.
Okay.
The rare Miles slip.
That's right. Once again, guys, thank you for a great 2023 and congrats for reaching 4,000 shows. That from Kyle, unofficial statistician of the Men's Room.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the Men's Room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks.
No quiet.
Yeah, just try not to bomb the fans, huh? We need them. All right, so I was thinking about talking about gum today because we saw Pete Carroll, Seahawks legend, soon to be in the Ring of Honor and all that stuff.
Probably Hall of Fame, I guess.
Right. If he doesn't go to a coach another team, then we'll just wait and then put him in there. But a man famous for chewing his gum.
That is true.
Yeah, loves chewing gum and kind of getting in that squat. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Actually, Harbaugh, I noticed that. Like, I've seen him do it before.
He does it a lot.
He does it a lot because I was trying to point him out to my buddy at the Natty, and I was like, well, there he is. You can see how he's hunched over. But Pete Carroll, famous for that gum. Do you know what kind of gum Coach Carroll liked to chew?
I do not.
I'm going to guess. He just wanted it because it just helps him concentrate, which they say gum helps you do. Something like double mint.
I'll say Orbit.
Was it double bubble?
All right, so he was a bubble yum guy.
Really? Bubble yum?
Yeah. Now, we have some gum in here, so it's hard because we have Hubba Bubba that looks a lot like bubble yum.
Right.
And what'd you say, Mike? Hubba Bubba? Like, there's a few of them.
Double bubble, yeah.
Double bubble.
Double bubble, Hubba Bubba.
Double bubble, Hubba Bubble. And then today, news comes out that Fruit Stripe gum is done.
Oh, no.
You would think somebody would pick this up in the manufacturing world, but
they might, or they'll reintroduce it. I mean, look, it had one of the best flavors, just the flavor never lasts.
That's one of those things that, as they improve different things throughout the years, I realize there's an original recipe for that gum, but you would have thought that they would have upped the ante on
a way to have the flavor stick around.
Because the flavor itself, once it, for the first 3 seconds is fantastic, but they could just figure out a way to keep it around a little bit longer.
I wouldn't be shocked if this goes the same way as like the Necco wafer. Remember when that made huge headlines? It's going away, even though nobody bought it and everybody was just losing their mind.
I still don't know anybody that's eaten one.
I honestly don't.
And now it's back.
Yeah.
I mean, Fruit Stripe, everyone seems to have the same sentiment. Like, look, the flavor goes away too quick, but it's a delicious gum. Necco wafers, I thought people were celebratory.
It was like eating chalk. They could stick to your tongue. They could stick to the roof of your mouth.
If you're not familiar with Fruit Stripe gum, you probably are. It was the gum with the zebra mascot. He was crazy. Bright colors, zebra striped on the gum and wrapped and the wrappers printed with temporary tattoos.
Oh, that's right.
They were launched back in 1969 by the Beech Nut Company. If you're not familiar with them, they make chaw.
Do you remember Beech Nut gum?
No, I just remember it as being chewing tobacco.
My dad used to have Beech Nut gum, and it came in like a light blue wrapper. I think it just said Beech Nut in straight up block letters in black, and that was it.
Does Beech Nut not make the tobacco anymore?
I don't know. I don't even know if the company's still around. Like, I remember
now they primarily produce baby food and toddler food.
They went from wait a minute, let me get this
from the womb.
You went from
to death,
tobacco to baby products.
I mean,
that's a big swing.
From
dude.
baby teeth to losing all your teeth.
Right. Good Lord, man. Okay. What do you got, Mike?
I mean, on here on Safeway's website, they have Beech Nut chewing tobacco. Softer and moister.
So wait, we do chewing tobacco and baby products.
Well, if you have a little baby, it's probably a good time to throw in a chaw.
Because it's too early for them to smoke.
Yeah, you don't want to smoke around a little baby.
You want soft stuff in their mouth.
Not me, I'm a red man.
The gum came in 5 flavors. Wild and wet watermelon. Wild watermelon.
That's Harry Styles, isn't it?
Cherry, lemon, orange, and peach. Back in the late 70s, there was a chocolate flavor.
Ew, man. I don't know the chocolate gum is something we're looking for. It's chocolate.
Chewing on chocolate.
Was going to say, there was also Fruit Stripe bubble gum that's different than Fruit Stripe gum.
I never think I saw that.
No, I never did anything with their
I'm assuming the bubble gum was kind of what I grew up on a little bit. They were trying to get like, hey, like bubble gum, back off. We got this.
You know what, man? There was a big war for bubble gum in the 80s because those was Double Yum, Hubba Bubba, what was the other one? Bubblicious, whatever the hell it's called. Like I mean, as a kid, it was just an onslaught of advertising from those three gums all the time.
Right. Some of the top selling gums in the world, like I said, you got Double Bubble, you have Double Mint.
We have Double Mint.
Juicy Fruit is obviously in there. What do you want to start with? Juicy Fruit?
Let's start with Double Mint.
That's the standard to me. That's
all right. Now, the Double Mint we're going to compare with the Spearmint.
Okay.
Should we try the Spearmint first and then see if it's doubled? Or go backwards?
But is Double Mint supposed to be double the Spearmint? You follow what I'm saying?
That's what I believe it is.
All right, so we should probably try this one first then.
The double?
The Spearmint. And then see if the double...
and then see if the double doubles, right.
It really is.
Yeah.
See if it really doubles.
Double your pleasure.
Hey, yo, bud, have a stick of gum.
Are they both Wrigley product?
They are.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So it would stand a reason.
I would have named the company Wiggly, but that's just me.
Wiggly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's really good, actually.
It is.
And that's just a standard Spearmint.
Mm-hmm.
You like that flavor. I'm going to blow your mind when I put a little Double Mint in there.
Wow.
Oh, my mind. That sucks.
It's been a long time. That's pretty good.
I know, you're right. And for whatever reason, there's only certain times I chew gum, and I'm like, I don't like chewing. I like chewing gum.
It's relaxing.
But people that chew gum all the time.
Somebody here says, I'm 50. I loved Fruit Stripe gum as a kid. Also, the gum that squirts in your mouth. That was Freshen Up. Because I remember the commercials for that. The gum that goes squirt. And even as a kid, I'm like, I don't know if that's a great sales.
I think this Hubba Bubba we bought has a little juice in the inside.
I think it will squirt in your mouth, yes.
All right, so that's the Spearmint. Now, Miles, try the Double Mint. If it just blows your mind. Mm-hmm. Everybody's chewing right now. I will not chew because that would be annoying on the air.
Yeah.
Just chewing.
I got to be honest with you. I think I like the Spearmint better.
I like the Spearmint better, too.
All right.
Much better.
Maybe it's not double Spearmint. What color? Are they the same color?
No.
Oh,
one's green, one's white.
I'm telling you, Spearmint is the better flavor. Next to peppermint and stuff, like you said, those little mints, get the ones that are green.
Say outside of those green and white candies or gum, do you have Spearmint with anything else? What's up?
With my rhinos when I enjoy looking at women.
Yeah, that is a fine question. Yes.
Sometimes I put it in a cocktail.
I will say there's like barely any mint on this Double Mint gum.
See, that's what I'm saying. I thought the Spearmint was better.
Yeah.
No, the final Wrigley gum we're going to try real quick is Juicy Fruit, if that's all right with you, too. Just to see. Now, this one's kind of more of a yellow.
Juicy Fruit is delicious. It's sweet.
But what's the difference between it and Fruit Stripe as far as how quick the flavor goes away, right? It is a great taste and then it's gone.
Well, Juicy Fruit, to their credit, I remember a few years ago, they were just like, hey, you want something sweet and like, what are you watching your carbs or whatever? They were like, chew some of our gum. And I was like, that's not a bad call.
They're not wrong.
It's super sweet. I mean, most gum has got to be, 5-10 calories in a stick of gum, which seems weird because you don't even swallow it. It's like, is it really calories?
Now, so far, I'm still, the Spearmint gum I think is the best.
All right, what are we going to try next? The Hubba Bubba?
We're going to Hubba Bubba it.
Yeah, now this is completely different than everything else we've been chewing. This is going to be a square, thick piece of gum.
I need to buy more gum.
Yeah, well, you do love blow pops.
I do.
So, I mean,
I'm a big gum fan.
Okay.
You know what? You are a decent amount of chewing.
It's not is it Eclipse gum?
Yes.
I usually that comes in the big plastic case, so it actually keeps it good and fresh.
There's also Icebreakers comes in the case, Orbit's gum, Bazooka, everybody remembers. Trident, I feel like for whatever reason, Trident's usually the one I go to and get the most of.
This is just that traditional bubblegum flavor.
Yeah.
I realize as an adult, I just want to go back to like the Wrigley's.
Me too.
Like this isn't bad. It's not.
I'd rather have this like a grape or a different flavor, I think.
I think the main thing you got to remember, though, here when talking gums is that Juicy Fruit, Double Mint, Spearmint, these are gums. That Hubba Bubba is bubble gum.
Right.
Definitely
Totally different.
Right, try to blow a bubble. Oh, you already took yours out.
By the way, somebody pointed out Double Mint is supposed to be double strength peppermint flavored. So the Spearmint, that's why it tastes much different.
So everybody just likes Spearmint pepper.
Better than peppermint, I guess.
Yep. All right.
I just had the discussion the other day.
That makes a lot of sense. Like I said, Spearmint is a far superior flavor in your mouth.
Hubba Bubba takes too much effort to chew, too.
Got to put in a little effort to get the Hubba Bubba. Mm-hmm. Hubba Bubba also, just one more quick note. Miles, you're going to be excited.
All right.
McDonald's is bringing back its double Big Mac for a limited time. They first debuted it on March 10th, 2020, just days before the entire world shut down thanks to COVID. It's like a normal Big Mac, but with 2 patties on top, 2 on the bottom, so it's 4 burgers. Now, I know you don't care about that, Miles, but I do remember in 2020, you enjoyed the Little Mac.
Oh, I loved it.
Only had 1 patty.
Yeah.
No mention if they're bringing that back or not. But the double Big Mac hits participating McDonald's on January 24th for a little bit limited time. So I would say if you drive by your local McDonald's and they're pimping that double Mac, go ahead and get it.
That.
But I mean,
pro tip: still only 1 piece of cheese on that for 4 patties.
Really?
Yeah. So ask for extra cheese.
All right.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Thank you, Head Chef. We appreciate it. Shot of the Day's coming up. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returned...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
Find your perfect fit with a custom suit from Indochino. From timeless classics to bold statements, you can express your style exactly how you want. Get 10% off any purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com with code PODCAST.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, so coming up, we'll drink your toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. Let's first quick check in with Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. Walmart says it's going to start using AI to properly restock customer orders. So basically, they really focused on the fridge on this one, but basically the Walmart Plus customers, they're going to implicate some sort of an AI that measures how often you buy certain things and how frequently, when you need it, and it's just going to start sending you stuff.
So Walmart's going to save money because any idiot can do that.
Pretty much.
AI will just do it for you.
Sure.
But anyone can look right.
But then, they're talking about the benefits of it, that it's better than your average subscription service, that maybe you don't need it every month. Maybe you need it every 2 months. Maybe you need it every 3 weeks, whatever.
But is AI going to get judgy, right? So it realizes I'm going through a gallon of ice cream every half day.
Yeah.
Is it going to start sending me like, here, try some oatmeal?
Oh, man, AI starts putting messages on stuff like, do you really?
Have you read the ingredients on this thing you keep eating?
It says 2 servings, and yet
right.
You make it in 1.
That's supposed to be 5 servings per package.
Also, don't make it in a convenient little carry cup for the doggone pint of ice cream if it's supposed to have like 3 servings in it.
Wouldn't you do it that way? Look, what I say is this is 3 servings. What I want you to do is buy more of this.
Right, but all you're actually doing is getting my wife to side-eye me every time I empty one of those doggone things.
Between you and your wife. Right?
Michael James. I know, but it tastes good, doggone it.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking zebra cake ice cream, and it was fantastic.
What is zebra cake?
That's one of those, it's either Little Debbie or Hostess.
I think it's Little Debbie, right? The zebra cake?
Yeah, okay.
Dude, that was really good.
Made from real zebra.
I got another one that was some sort of cookies with cream. It was great. A new survey found 56% of Americans believe in aliens and 61% believe in ghosts.
I believe in aliens.
Sounds about right.
Not sold on ghosts.
Didn't they basically say, ghosts actually are real? Or aliens actually are real?
They said it's very possible.
Yeah.
If you do the numbers, do the odds, more than likely.
UFOs were real. That was the
Well,
thing.
yeah. They're like, that's why you keep seeing them.
Right.
You're exactly right.
Exactly. technically anything can be a UFO as long as you don't know what it is in the sky.
That is correct.
Can be identified.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
There's a bird I don't know. Is that a UFO?
UFO?
Yes.
Because Ted, what is that? Say, I don't know.
That is
UFO.
an unidentified flying object.
What'd you just hit me in the face with from across the room? I'm not going to tell you.
A UFO hit me in the face.
UFO, jackass. Actually, it was an act of God.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. Look out. A survey by an 8-year-old girl deduced that bald men are at a higher risk of being attacked by magpies.
What is the survey? I mean,
it was done by an 8-year-old girl, man.
Hey, excuse me, sir, you're bald. Yes. You ever been attacked by a magpie? I have been.
I bet she did her research.
Probably.
You know that she's got like an uncle or something like that they go out walking the dog or something, and he's the only one that gets dive bombed by a friggin' magpie. Which I didn't know that they were rude until all of a sudden all this research comes out. I thought magpies were cool because
Really?
I only knew them from the comfort of the car as we were driving across the freeway.
They're somewhere between like a crow and a raven.
But they got the cool little white.
Yeah, they have like
strips
white on their chest or whatever.
Yeah, on the
But
little,
that
little
tells
spots
me
on the wings and on the tail.
You're cool if people like you. You're vicious if they don't.
Yeah, I thought they were cool, but apparently they're very aggressive territorial birds.
Oh, they are.
To us, not to Miles.
Yeah.
Miles screwed. Love me.
Hey, what's up, brother, with that full head of hair?
Right.
Looking good, man.
Who's this
Now
guy
you work with those three baldies. Get them, boys.
You okay, man? Like, are these guys bothering you?
I'll do something about it.
I'll do something. But you know what? That's etiquette. And people break etiquette all the time. Hell, I'm doing it right now. I don't know if y'all noticed. I still got some gum from the last segment in my jaw right now.
I did not notice
I
that.
had to spit mine out because I was still blowing bubbles.
Yeah.
Mike and I were like, God damn, forget how much I love blowing bubbles.
It was great, dude. Talking with your mouth full, talking with gum in your mouth while you're on your radio. But that's just another thing that an etiquette rule that people break all the time. But let's break it down.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 etiquette rules people break all the time. Don't respond to an email when you're angry. Get up. Walk away. Have a smoke. Or you could say something like this from the cinematic masterpiece, Billy Madison. What you've said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. That's quality.
Went right back to the movie, didn't you, Ted?
I did. I mean, that's such a good scene in that movie.
Just completely takes all the air out of it. Oh, God. So these are etiquette rules that people break all the time. Let's see how many guilty parties we have in here. It says answer the phone like an adult. If you're still blurting out "Waza" from the late 90s Budweiser commercials, when you answer the phone, you're probably someone I'd like to hang out with. However, you'd never last in high society.
Well, you know who's calling you.
That's the difference.
If it's one thing, if it's a number
If it
that
were
you don't
landline
know.
phones
Yes.
and everything just right, you're like, with that.
Right.
I'm calling you back about the job interview.
Yellow.
Yeah. I know some yellow people. 2 of them are from Pittsburgh. Apparently that's how they answer the phone. Yellow.
I don't remember what it was, but something freaked me out about saying hello, saying yes, that people might be recording this and then using your voice to then agree to transactions and whatnot, so I always just answer. For numbers that I don't know, if I answer the phone, this is Mike.
Just do something weird, man.
Namaste.
Hi there.
Ahoy!
Greetings.
You know who you're talking to when it's greetings. Right? I mean, just
greetings.
There are people that say greetings, and I know exactly what they look like.
Greetings.
Right.
Or it's like just an old dude that loves tea. Wears a sweater. Greetings.
Greetings.
I used to say just good morning for years.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you did.
Good morning.
Teddy's either an old dude in a sweater or a guy that has a cloak somewhere in his closet.
Greetings.
That's right.
Yeah, we smoke
Trench
outside
coat.
with that guy.
Well, once he traded in his cloak, he got that sweater
And a big brimmed hat. Be 5 minutes early, they say. It's not enough to beat your haircut time by 30 seconds. Be 5 minutes early, at least, to everything.
Okay.
Etiquette. Being 5 minutes early. And I was prompt for a lot of my life. Then for whatever reason, now I can't get ahead of it.
Really?
I am terrible with showing up on time.
I'm generally pretty prompt.
And
It's just
honestly,
one of those things.
It's just because I don't guess traffic properly. Because we drive at weird times, dude. I'm here 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, so I'm past all the Seattle traffic all the doggone time. So when I've actually got to be somewhere in the morning, it's like, oh, yeah, it takes me like 25 minutes to get down there. Hour and a half later, like, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Even just smaller roads.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like in my neighborhood, for whatever reason, I guess it was like, I don't know, a couple months ago, some random day off or something, but it was literally like 2 o'clock. And I just hadn't driven to that neighborhood, and like, oh yeah, like schools are just letting out. There was like school buses. That's the thing. I always like the morning time. I'm kind of used to it. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's just as hectic when they let them out.
Mm-hmm. Etiquette rules people break all the time. Remove your shades before saying hey. Eye contact is becoming a lost art due to the magnetic pull of cell phone screens. The demise of
I never had heard that before.
You haven't heard that one before?
I've heard of taking off your hat when you enter a home or a room. Sure. Depending on the situation, bar a little bit different.
I still do that when there's a lady in the elevator.
You know those places.
You pull off your hat if there's a woman on the elevator.
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's because I was told that is etiquette.
I don't know.
I mean, I've kind of given up on the hat roll unless I'm at a sit-down restaurant.
Sure.
I don't mind at a bar.
I keep it off at the table.
Yeah, bar, I don't care. If I'm at a restaurant, I will pull my hat off.
Yeah.
My grandma. You wear shades inside, though.
I wear tinted glasses, so yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
It appears that I'm wearing shades.
But my thing, and you always get grief about them. Like, they're prescription, dog. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I can't see without them on.
Or people say, you that cool? I go, yes, I am. Yes.
Well, you have tinted glasses.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yours are just sunglasses, aren't they?
No.
Well, why don't you wear them now?
Because my reading...
One is far, one is near.
Yeah.
So like these I'm wearing right now?
Yeah.
I can see you crystal clear. And now when I look at the screen directly in front of me, gone. Yeah. Now, Ted, you're blurry, but I can read the screen. I couldn't. Somebody said try bifocals. Man, I tried that.
Age sucks.
It was like being underwater.
So, dude,
every time you move your eye, because it went from I can see far to I can see close, but because it was well, train your eyes. I'm like, man, your eyes just go where your eyes go. So the hardest thing to me, because I don't do bifocals now, I'm like, F that, was just walking down the street. Because when your eyes shifted, like, you're scared you're going to step on something.
It's weird. There's this weird shift.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even explain it. It's not working.
I think sunglasses at night, too, like some of the music songs and that, it just... Sure. And you're right. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, like, it's like, this guy thinks he's too cool for school.
That's right. That's exactly it.
I never say that phrase.
Too cool for school.
And, when you say that, like, you're not.
I'm one cool cat, you see?
Yeah, man.
You dig?
Gotta wear his glasses at night.
They say avoid all iterations of I'm going potty. When you announce your impending restroom visit, you paint mental images that nobody asked for. Announce that you've got a promotion. Proclaim that you're getting married. Keep your journey to the urinal to yourself.
I got diarrhea. Well, usually it's just like, I got to take a leak.
I'm super guilty of this, especially if I got to poop. I don't know why. If you're in the room, I'll say it.
We all do. I mean, we're pretty open. Yeah. Like, hey, man, I got to drop a deuce. Man.
I do keep it to myself, then my wife calls me out.
No, you can't ask me every time I get up where I'm going.
Yes.
If that's the marital life, then you have to understand I'm going to be honest with you.
You're right.
I'm going into the closet, just stand there so I don't have to listen to you.
She doesn't.
No, or maybe I'm going to the bathroom.
With the door open, by the way.
Where you can I poop?
She doesn't ask where. I will get up and start going, and I'll hear, you pooping? Like, not necessarily. It's one, not two, but damn, I didn't know why you need to know.
Does it matter?
No. Right. What?
You know what you should do? Don't flush the toilet and make it a guessing game. Right, it's 50-50. It's like flipping a coin. Like, okay, look. You got a 50-50 shot. Either there's a number one or number two. If you're wrong, I get a mouth hug.
Well, just name it after her.
Don't flush that toilet.
Just name it after her. Yeah. Say, I'm squeezing out of Kinsey. Then she'll stop asking.
I will say, Mike, I've run into this issue before, so I just got to the point where I go, look, I am taking a poop. Like, just give me 10 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish you could explain that to your animals.
Animals, and I don't know. Whether it's my mom, a girl I've dated, like, I don't know why. It just seems like women are just like, all right, you in there? Like,
what do you think I'm doing in here?
Right. Doing probably the most personal thing I can do.
No, don't put the exhaust fan on. Please, I want to come in right after. Like, why do you care?
God, that's the other one. Your buddy, I just went through this. You're sharing a hotel room. He's like, I got to go to the bathroom. I was like, dude, I just got out of there. I wouldn't know it's fine. Then he's like, damn, Ted. It's like,
because hotels don't have the exhaust fans, man.
They don't.
My daughter got us with that. Last time we were in Baltimore, there's one bathroom, which is fine. She did a fairly quick poop, but it was bad, man. I don't know this. I roll out of bed, walk in, and I was like, who is responsible for this?
A no-show is not an RSVP. Crazy as it may seem to the old-timer, some uncultured swine believe that the RSVP is only necessary if you're going to attend an event. In fact, Yeah.
Mostly it's weddings, and I always am honest about that.
Yeah, yes or no?
If it is something that's RSVP and they send it and you say yes, that probably means you really want to go.
Apparently, RSVP is actually a French term, and it translates to respond if you please.
Yeah, that's all.
Right, so if I don't respond, why? I'm not no-showing you. I never said I was going.
No, but what they're saying, they're trying to get a head count in advance. Because a lot of people forget to RSVP that are showing up.
Oh, is that
you
what
know
it's
I'm saying? So they're like,
Yes.
look, just let me know. That way, if you say no, I know for a fact we're going to give you
It takes
seat
the
to
guesswork out of it. I've got to.
All right, so listen, you guys aren't on Facebook, but Facebook invites, it's a whole thing. Because you can go yes, no, or maybe.
Right.
All right.
So I always hit no, but then some people go, you don't have to hit no. It seems like you're letting people, it's like, Jesus Christ, what do you want me to
It's
say?
an option.
Or don't have to invite me.
Yeah,
I probably don't care.
Ignore that one, dude. If you're not going, say no. There's a reason why you yes.
Are you going to be
Say
there?
no.
No, I don't want to go.
Right. I'm done. Etiquette rules people break all the time. Avoid flagging down the waiter, they say. So long as your server is checking on your table reasonably frequently, try to avoid calling them over like your yellow lab.
Generally speaking, they know what they're doing. They got an eye on you. It's a timing.
And if you have that big of a problem, sit at the bar.
Exactly.
That's true.
Right. Don't worry about it. A missed call warrants a return call, not a text. I would also say that one's fuzzy.
I don't know, man.
Depends on the situation. Maybe you're not able to call at that time.
But not even that. If it's important, generally people will let you know. These days, they might add a text because you didn't pick up, like, hey, man, it's super important. Need to talk. And if there's no real follow-up that says this is of any kind of urgency, I'm not
I got
worried
a call
about
from my mom the other day, and I just text her back, hey, I'm at the auto collision shop. I'll call you later.
Right, but you will call her later is the whole thing.
Okay.
I do this all the time.
Wait, does the text back?
Yeah, because there's
It's
some
easy.
people, right, like,
if it's important, generally people
well,
let
text,
you know.
right. I'm just like, all right.
Number 2, pass the food. Which direction?
To the left.
Ted?
Man, I'm not sure. I know you pass the Dutchie to the left-hand side.
I never start with the food, so I always just pass it in the order.
If I was sitting at a table, I think I would go left.
Yeah, it is left because that's the way a dumb waiter goes.
Pass the food to the right.
To the right. So why did dumb waiters go left?
Because they were dumb.
Dumb waiters?
No.
Yeah.
That's not you're talking about
Lazy Susan.
Lazy Susan, my fault.
I think you can spin those any way you want. The dumb waiter is the little elevator.
Up and down
that goes
thing.
up and down with the
You know what I'm going to
dishes.
start doing, man? And I think everyone should do this just to annoy other people, right? So you're at one of these big sit-down things where you're passing the food. So the person who hands you the food next, take the portion you want, and then hand it back to them.
See, I was in a luau.
Hand it back to that
I was
person.
in a luau. I think I told you the story, but I was in a luau at a round table with a Lazy Susan. Or not a Lazy Susan, it was just a round table.
Right.
And you pass the food, I guess. And you put it up. So the first person who gets the food is the person to my left. All right?
Oh,
they pass
so it just
They
runs away
pass
from
left.
you.
Yeah.
There are 8 people at this table. By the time it got all the way back around with me,
Slim
there's like
pickings.
one little sliver of pork.
That has fat on it,
I was
right?
like, man.
And all the poi you can eat.
The crappiest piece on every single dish they started with her.
And I will admit that I switched up the list a little bit, so I made this one the number 1 etiquette rule that people break all the time, and I did it because I feel like the people in this room should know. The Chardonnay that you brought's for the host, not you.
Well, I'm waiting for you to open it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to crack that open? I mean, we still got a Chardonnay right there.
This is not for you to drink when I'm not here,
I'm not going
homeboy.
to drink itself.
The only time I will take beer home is if I go somewhere.
It's understood.
Like I went to right, or like if the fridge outside in somebody's garage or wherever they keep the beer, the cooler, and like there is just like 6 18 packs sitting there. I'm like, all right, we can just take ours home.
No, right. And they'll tell you that, please. I have plenty of beer.
Right.
Whatever you have.
Yeah, my buddy Jesse did, because I've taken so much beer up there. He's like, did you almost have a case of light beer over here? I'm already stashed it. Like, take it home.
I have one buddy like that where I stopped bringing beer to his plate. He does not like the beer I drink. So anytime you go to his garage fridge, man, you open it up. Like whatever I left there last time, it's still there.
So that's good for you.
The last 3 times I've been there, I have not brought anything. My wife's always like, well, you should bring something. I'm like, his fridge is stocked full of it. If he chooses to drink it, I'm not going to get mad.
Right.
He chooses not to.
A 25-year-old in Canada facing charges for the dumbest celebration I've seen in a while, Miles.
What was that?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. All right, have we made it to drinking time?
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returns...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
The new year is all about new beginnings and fresh starts. This year, resolve to treat every inch of your skin to silky, smooth hydration with Osea's best-selling Undaria Algae Body Butter. Luxuriously rich but never greasy, this TikTok-famous body butter is clinically proven to visibly firm skin and provide 72 hours of continuous hydration. Start your year fresh with clean vegan skincare from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code GLOW at OseaMalibu.com.
Maximize the compensation for your injury claim with Phillips Law Firm. With over 80 years of combined legal experience, they won't allow the insurance companies to dictate what's good enough for you. Whether it's an auto accident or workplace injury, contact Phillips Law Firm today. If they don't win, you don't pay.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast 23-year-old Tyler Chase of Portland, Oregon. Tyler suffered from drug addiction, lived on the streets, and had not been in contact with his family for years. Well, sadly, in September of last year, the Multnomah County Medical Examiner's Office, they declared him dead from a drug overdose. And it was a sad story, but there is a silver lining to all this. Tyler's not dead. The body that they found was a guy who had stolen Tyler's wallet and ID. He finally cleared it up when he went in to get treatment, and they're like, "You're dead." He's like, "I'm not." He finally proved it, and as a result of this, they managed to get in contact with his family. His family says that is fantastic news. We're very, very, very happy to hear this. Let them know we're thinking of him. Let's bring him back home. Also, what should we do with the urn of strangers' ashes that are sitting in our house? Oh, yeah. They got the death certificate in an urn full of his ashes for the last 4 months. Yeah, it's not him. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bitchona!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth, the hoodie. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Ted, guess who it is? James, welcome to the Men's Room. Hola. All right, James, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
All right, today you have your choice of one of 3 stories. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. And finally, Hit Me with Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional weapon that someone used as a weapon.
How about y'all hit me?
All right, a person was injured after being attacked with a food item last Thursday at a New Hampshire supermarket. Police in Tilton, New Hampshire, that responded to the Market Basket on Market Street shortly after 6 p.m. Now, details were limited, but police said a person was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries after being struck with the item. No arrests have been made, but the incident remains under investigation. That's it. That's the whole story. That's all the details. But the question remains, what food was this person assaulted with that did enough damage where they had to go to the hospital? Was it a ham? Was it a frozen sausage? Was it a gallon of milk? Or was it a watermelon? So ham, frozen sausage, gallon of milk, or watermelon?
I'm going to ask for the expert's opinion on this one. I'm a little stumped.
All right. Hospitalization, I think, is the key here. I think if you swing a gallon of milk, first of all, that's a heavy item.
Yeah.
It does have a soft impact point. The cap could blow on that thing. I think that would be probably the least damaging food item of the four.
Okay.
Based on the fact that the person went to the hospital, and most of the time when you buy a ham, it's frozen, I think I'm going to go ham.
Ted, what do you think?
A watermelon would really hurt. But watermelons, unless it's a miniature one, could be hard to throw. I don't think it's frozen sausage because I've never seen a frozen sausage. I feel like they're always in packs.
Well, like Jimmy Dean, you know what I mean? When they do like the tube.
Tube of it.
Yeah. They're not individually frozen.
That would hurt.
That's what I was thinking of. I'm just like, I never seen him sell just one frozen sausage. Did you say, was it it was a grocery store, not just a convenience
store? It's called
the
Market Basket. So I'm guessing a mid-sized grocery store.
You know what? I'm going to go watermelon.
Okay. All right, James, what are you thinking?
I'm not thinking watermelon's in season right now.
I respect that, sir. It's not.
I'm kind of thinking, I kind of want to go watermelon also.
All right, watermelon.
Okay. Even though it's not in season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, nowadays with the frozen stuff,
right.
people eat stuff all the time.
What was this shopper hit with? A ham, a frozen sausage, a gallon of milk, or a watermelon? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. If they don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm. Justice for you.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returned...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories, hit me with your best shout-out profile. This, we got a person who was injured by food after a food item was thrown or struck at a grocery store. The person was injured enough they had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Question is, what food item was that person hit with? A ham, frozen sausage, gallon of milk, or a watermelon?
And James, that is the very question we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went with the ham. Not a bad guess, but I'm afraid it was not ham.
It wasn't ham.
Hey, can I say something to you guys real quick?
What's that?
You guys collectively have gotten me through some really tough days, professionally and personally.
with just being real awesome at what you do. And I just want to say thank you to you and keep rocking super hard.
Man, thank you. That's awfully nice. We really appreciate that. Seriously, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wish my wife would say something nice like that.
No,
that did never happen.
Got to come here.
I got to talk to a stranger named James.
Yeah.
And I don't even know the guy.
I'm going for the favorite. James!
You're not even going to win anything.
All right, James, you agreed with D. Ted Smith about watermelon, but before you said watermelon, you had the caveat that it's not even in season.
Correct.
And then you picked watermelon anyway.
But that's why I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, you're right.
Here.
It was, in fact, a watermelon.
Do you think the watermelon broke when it hit the person? Or do you think it stayed intact?
But I feel like if it's, again, it couldn't have been that large. And you said they definitely threw it or just hit him with it?
I don't know. They were assaulted with it. So I don't know if they just swung this thing like a bat or if they launched it.
Yeah, I can picture myself just bopping somebody on the head with one.
You know what? I'm going to guess that they swung.
Melon to the melon.
Yeah.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. Stephen Colbert.
Ooh.
The Jimmys.
Fallon and Kimmel.
Seth Meyers. Writers. Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It's right there in the title. All these guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
I saw that a woman in North Carolina was arrested, then chewed through the back seat of the police car. The cop driving was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and add meth to the charges.
The Ted Smith.
Yeah, I'll say that's you.
Fallon.
I read about a woman in North Carolina who was arrested and then allegedly chewed through the back seat of the police car. The cop driving was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and add meth to the list of charges.
Researchers developed a soft robotic tentacle complete with suckers that can investigate your gastronomical tract. Because the most comforting words you want to hear as you're going under for a colonoscopy are, nurse, energize the tentacle.
Seth Meyers.
Yeah, I'll say Seth.
Colbert.
Researchers have developed a soft robotic tentacle complete with suckers that can be operated remotely, and they say could use the arm for investigating the gastrointestinal tract. Because the most comforting words you can hear as you're going under for your colonoscopy are, nurse, energize the tentacle.
Actor Jason Momoa has said that he doesn't have a home right now, lives on the road since his divorce. Whatever, Jason. Pretty sure you can stay at any single woman's home you want to.
The Ted Smith.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad for that dude.
No.
He lives in a van down by the river, man.
He's like, oh, I'm living on the road. It's so
Hawaii.
tough. It's like just walk into a bar. I mean, even if he wasn't famous, women would throw themselves at him.
Or use some of your money.
Yeah, well, that too.
I think he's going Matthew McConaughey. Like, you know, man, I'm going to be honest with you. I dig it.
Yeah, and the jokes are because you're right, folks. I'm jealous of his looks.
Yeah. You're damn right.
He is one of those I don't need stuff kind of people.
I think he very clear. I have millions of dollars. Yeah.
Look at his hair, his body.
I know. And then he's like a good guy all around.
I know. He's nice.
All his co-workers like him.
I've read an article where somebody went drinking with him. They're like, he's just like you think he is. Nice.
We're so angry.
Let's see. Sony unveiled a new electric car that can be driven with a PlayStation controller. It's fun when the kids fight over the controller and accidentally drive grandma to Toronto.
Fallon?
Yeah, it's Fallon.
Sony unveiled a new electric car that can be driven with a PlayStation controller. It's fun when kids fight over the controller and accidentally drive grandma to Toronto.
Boeing CEO reportedly held a staff-wide meeting after dozens of their planes were grounded. He said, if you need to talk, the door is always blown open. Myers.
Boeing CEO David Calhoun reportedly held a staff-wide meeting after the FAA grounded dozens of its 737 MAX 9 planes. He said if you need to talk, his door is always blown open.
Now, Miles, I know we and you have talked about this before. There's been a couple different shows on this, but did you guys ever watch Moonshiners on Discovery?
I'm aware of it, but I've never watched it.
I watched a few episodes, yeah.
Yeah, like Tim was the main guy, Tickle was the other guy, and there's been there's been a lot of seasons of that, right? It's almost like Deadliest Catch, so it goes on and on. But now they have like special episodes, right? So this one was just about, as they call it, Pappygate, where all this Pappy Van Winkle went stolen, and this
like a whole 18-wheeler full, right, or something like that.
Well, they stole barrels of it. Is what's wild.
Oh, so they were still aging. They hadn't even been bottled yet.
Correct. They stole barrels. There was bottles missing, but the main thing was they stole barrels of it. And like, if people don't know, by the way, also like, and this is why I like shows like this. They're just very informative. Like, what's the capital of Kentucky?
Not Lexington. Hang on. It sounds German. Frankfurt.
Correct.
All right.
Frankfurt also happens to be like the home of like most of the whiskeys you like are made there, are distilled there. Kentucky, and look, Kentucky does set up perfect, whether it's the water, the temperature,
everything. It's got to make
whatever. So Buffalo Trace is based there too. They're in connection with Pappy and all this stuff. But I almost kind of forgot too. Like in the 80s, like if you didn't live in the South, you didn't drink whiskey and bourbon.
No, right. And Pappy is the most coveted bourbon that you can get within the United States as far as an American-made bourbon. You can. I'm not saying that there aren't better bourbons,
but that one's coveted. Right.
But that is the one that's the hardest to get based on the availability, the cost. You know, you're only allowed a certain amount of bottles, even if you're
Pappy
allocated
Van Winkle is what we're talking about.
Correct.
So I should have said that. So all right, so they go into that detail as well because in Lexington, like a lot of people work at these places.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like wild to see a couple bottles missing. But again, bourbon and whiskey, not that big of a deal, right? Then you get into the 90s, especially the early 2000s, like it kind of comes back. And then Pappy Van Winkle comes out, and it's like big-time restaurateurs, and like Bourdain was a big proponent of it as well.
Sure.
So, and keep in mind for bourbon, unlike other spirits, like Miles is right, you got to make it, you got to put it in those barrels, and you got to hope it comes out tasting the way you want.
Right. After 21 years.
Yeah, right. They have a 10, like a 13.
So a lot of it has to do with the barrel. A lot of it has to just do with the aging process. It's like a Coca-Cola. It's always going to taste like a Coca-Cola. They have the same standards as far as the taste and quality of all that stuff. So you could have a barrel, sit there for 21 years, open it up. It's not that it's not bad. It just doesn't taste like Pappy Van Winkle. Right. Have coloration to it or whatever.
And they found one guy's house with barrels that were blacked out, the labels on them. It's like, you would only black out the labels if you're going to use this barrel for something else or you stole it. But also, like, all these guys on Moonshiners live in that area, and they were like, look, here's the other deal with Pappy was it got so popular so quick. It's like the people working on the line, people in town, nobody there could get it. Nobody, you know what I mean? Because it's like Miles said, it's so rare. They only make so much of it. Like bottles go for $600-$700. So they think that was basically part of it, that people want to steal it.
For sure.
But then also it's wild. They end up finding one guy's barrels, but I mean, they go to his house and then, there's steroids, there's this and that. And basically in the end, it's kind of funny how they all got caught was they all worked at these things. They were doing steroids together and they all played softball. Softball.
Mm-hmm.
They were all the same softball team and this and that.
That explains the steroids.
But that was the network of how they all knew each other and everything. But
so it's an inside job.
It was definitely an inside job because they're also like, look, the four of us could go down there and break into that distillery.
Right.
But we wouldn't know which ones to take. We would just see barrels.
And take any one of them.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm with you.
Yeah.
But it was pretty interesting. I kind of forgot about that part of it, too. Like, it would suck to live in that part of Kentucky and you work there or whatever, there's no chance you could.
So here's my question, and I don't.
It's like out here. Could you imagine if, like, all of a sudden we couldn't eat any of the salmon that people,
just because of demand, right?
Yeah. Well, what I can't figure out is if something is that popular, and I realize that part of it is just the limitation of how much they make.
That's a lot of it.
But I would make a little bit more, whatever the recipe is. Like if Gentleman Jack or God, I don't know, Frank Sinatra Jack Daniels was tearing it up, I would make more of it.
But
they've made more. The problem
is, what's the difference in the ingredient?
Because they're not Coca-Cola, right? They're not. Coca-Cola's in demand because anyone can drink it. We like it. Pappy Van Winkle. Part of the reason people spend all of this extra money is just because we're just not going to make.
It's the McRib.
Well, and again, you're talking about bourbon though. So like Pappy now, it's a little easier to find some of the years that don't last as long.
Sure.
But that 20 year or the 20, whatever that is the one that people love, the problem is they didn't make a bunch of it back then because they weren't sure how it was going to taste and if people would like it.
Ted makes a good point. So you might make more now, but no one's going to know for 20 years.
Correct.
20
like,
years from now,
feeling,
we doubled how much we put out.
Right. I have a feeling Pappy Van Winkle in a few years, the prices will come down because now I guarantee you right now they're putting a lot more of it in those barrels.
So, for an example, they have a Rip Van Winkle. I believe that is like a 13-year.
All right.
So I had a bottle of that. It's the same stuff. It's just how long does it sit in this barrel?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the issue. It's hard to go back. You can't go back in time. Now everybody knows alcohol. You might like it, but it is a poison.
Mm-hmm. Neurotoxin, I believe.
So, 64-year-old grandmother up in Massachusetts named Roxanne. Basically, she tried to poison her husband because she had a new man waiting in the wings.
Ooh.
Turns out
like a Lifetime
movie.
Get
a divorce? Good Lord, man.
Dude, you have no idea. I'm sure you know the story. But, right. Thurston Kane of Bold and the Beautiful, soap opera star.
Okay.
So a scammer was texting Roxanne pretending to be this person.
Come on, Roxanne.
She believed it partially because she was a diehard fan of the Bold and the Beautiful, which they're kind of known as the one that has even crazier storylines than the regular soap operas. One message from Thorson said, the scammer, you have to get rid of your husband, honey. I need you so much. She said she needed to do some thinking, and then she came up with a plan, which is pretty scary. She told the scammer, who she thought was a soap opera star, I made an amazing soup, special potion. He will be hungry when he gets back. And later she said, hubby got back, not feeling well. Maybe I can collect the life insurance.
Jesus, man. What do you think that is going through that actor's head? Like, wait, what? Somebody pretended to me to do what?
And someone's dead?
Right.
Or almost died. Almost died. The guy didn't die.
The guy didn't die, right, because he was like, how long will it be? She said, I don't know. But, I mean, also, not in a good way, but, man, good. The scammer knew what they were doing. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, no kidding.
He did have a medical event. She ends up calling 911. You're right. He's recovered and be fine. But it didn't take long for police to realize that Roxanne had did this to him. She's charged with attempted murder along with resisting arrest and assaulting a cop. I want to know how she snuck in, assaulted a cop. Maybe just when they showed up to the house.
When they came up to arrest her.
Yeah, she just said
she
that.
Freaked the hell out. This guy also scammed her out of thousands of dollars. She really thought it was the actor that she was in love with on the soap opera.
Like, my God.
So how that scammer got the information she must have posted something somewhere that says, this is my favorite show. I love this man, this actor. So somebody got...
Yeah, he may have.
Somebody had to know that was her show and that was the guy that she liked on the show.
I mean, look, my dad got scammed out of a large sum of money by like some computer thing, right? But he was older. I get it. They call him, tell him his computer's never going to turn back on or whatever. He needs to send him some money so they could fix it. Like, look, I was pissed at him. And I was like, what are you, dumb? Like, or just call one of us. But if he had called me and said that, I'm trying to think of who he would have liked, but like some actress told him to, like, I don't know how that scammer figured that out and and preyed on it. Also, kind of crazy to me, like, look, there's a lot of famous actresses that I really like, right? Like, I think Blake Lively is uncomfortably hot. If somebody started texting me like, it's Blake Lively, I want to get with you, I'd be like, just stop it.
You're married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And in what world do you want to talk to me?
And even then, she's already married. Right. Like, maybe you shouldn't try to kill your husband because even if it was a real Hollywood star, you know what I mean? I mean, I
just said, we know what you mean.
Yeah. Right. I'm just like,
I can track with that.
Yeah. It seems like insanity. Then she took the time to try to poison him and everything. Like, I don't know, go hang out with the... I don't know. At that point, I'm like, you know what? Just cheat on him. You don't have to kill him.
Right. Don't murder him.
Don't murder him. I know the Kraken are playing tonight. That game's probably getting close to over as they're in D.C. playing my old fan favorite team, the Washington Capitals.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Shall I take your order, or do you need a minute?
Yes, I'll be ready. Just buying a car on Carvana.
What?
It's super convenient. I already got pre-qualified in 2 minutes. All I had to do was answer a few questions.
What? That's handy.
Yeah, now I'm customizing my down and monthly payments.
What? That's an exquisite deal.
And just like that, Carvana's delivering my car in a couple days.
What?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'll have the burrito.
Visit Carvana.com to finance your next car.
Financing subject to credit approval. Delivery fees may apply.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to Eastern Washington, where thousands of tombstones spill all over the road. Meanwhile, in D.C., a retail theft ring is arrested, carrying quite the load. Teacher in Australia decides it's his job to feed the sharks dinner. When it comes to water skiing, 92-year-old Utah woman is the new winner. And a man passes his driving test, gets in the car, and cracks open a beer, then gets pulled over on the way home. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story. We go to Toronto, where a 25-year-old really didn't think this one through. An unmarked police officer witnessed the man speeding down the highway around 30 miles an hour faster than the speed limit. While giving chase, the officer also noted that the driver was weaving in and around other cars in a, quote, careless manner, and decided that'd be a good time to pull him over. The young driver pulled over and disappointed the officer, who noted that he had a beer that he had cracked open on the drive home to celebrate.
Come on, man.
That he had just gotten his license about 20 minutes ago.
Jesus Christ.
He's now had his brand new license suspended and is facing charges. And you know what? Just based on the stupidity of this particular offense, Steve the Thrill Hill, would we like to open this case for the stupid tax?
Yes, $500 stupid tax. You already committed the crime, right? You need to know that you can't drive with an open container in your car. You certainly shouldn't crack it on the way. If you're that stupid, especially 20 minutes after you get your license, an additional $500 fine, the stupid tax. Thank you.
Levy. Pay the clerk. There it is.
It makes me mad.
He literally got his license, stopped at a store, whether it was a liquor store, convenience store, I don't know where exactly he could go, got himself a beer, which, you know what? We've all wanted a beer on the way home from work.
Sure.
We also know the doggone rule.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Like, I'm not against them. I know where his head's at, but like you're saying, like, let's just drive it home, crack a beer.
That's all you got to literally.
Hell.
Just drive home, then crack the beer.
How old is he?
25.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have stopped in a bar and had a beer.
Right.
And
we'd be
fine.
Moron.
That's why he's taxed, Mike.
That's why we live with the tax. That's right. In other news, over to the UK, where a zoo is attempting to get back a clever escapee. Not the most dangerous of animal escapees that we've seen, which is fantastic, but it's certainly one of the smoothest. A rainbow lorikeet landed on
What is that?
It's a parrot.
Ah, okay.
It is a parrot. It's like it's got a blue body, an orange head, got some green and some yellows in there. It's a very pretty bird.
It's about a medium size.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it landed on a visitor of the zoo as they were making their way out of the walk-in enclosure, one of those great areas that you can go in there and have the birds, they'll come down, they'll land on you, and you can be a part of the experience there. At some point after passing the threshold, which I don't know how that happens in the first place,
they were walking out the door.
Right.
And the parrot got on the back of someone's backpack. So they didn't even almost know it was there.
Okay.
And when they opened the door and kind of looked, they'd be like, oh, goodness, we need to...
I'm free, bitch!
Because when they exited the enclosure, they couldn't get back in. It was a one-way outdoor, right? So then they got a park person to come over and tried to get the bird.
Correct.
Bird takes the F off.
Yep.
Flies into a tree.
Yep.
Then bird just disappeared.
Gone.
So
it did stick around the zoo for a while there. Like, they were able to track it to a few different trees that were around the zoo. But obviously, every time they got close, it did what a bird does and just took the hell off.
I have seen the people from the Woodland Park Zoo running through my neighborhood in Wallingford trying to get their hands on a red-tailed falcon.
You're kidding.
Oh, no. That thing was... Crows were swooping down on it, trying to kick its ass.
My God.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Damn. Zoo officials have since moved the rest of the lorikeets into an outdoor enclosure with the hopes of luring the bird back with familiar calls.
It's probably like, I ain't going back to jail.
I ain't doing it, man.
Exactly.
I'm out, guys.
You guys saw what you got to do. Find a backpack, ride it out.
Where was this at?
The UK.
Okay, yeah.
Somewhere in Britain, I think.
Listen, depending where you are, the bird might want to go back. Like, there are a lot of predators out here.
That's right.
I mean, but if I'm that bird, I'm like, I'm out.
I'm out, gone,
Like,
man.
why would I come back?
I'm flying the coop, as they say.
British humor.
I'll be over in Wales, mate.
I'm on holiday.
All right, then.
Oh, yeah, he gets 5 weeks.
That's right.
Or a couple months.
If he comes back in like 5 weeks, you're like, okay.
Actually, no, it's right. They holiday for
I think
2
it's
months.
6, right? I thought they got 6. Either way, they get a lot of time off.
They get a lot of time off. Sad spill over in eastern Washington as WSP was called to the scene about 80 miles west of Spokane on I-90. Turns out a semi-truck driver managed to lose control at milepost 200 and spilled the contents of their truck on the side of the freeway. And now Washington stores will be a little short of frozen pizzas.
Oh, which brand?
Tombstone.
Yep.
You know what, man? I want to open my own shop.
Just did a commercial about
We're just going to call it like rollover. Right, because you're about beer that rolled out, the pizzas that rolled out. There are people like myself that would still go to your store and buy. Yeah, it's a dented can. Yeah, the box is messed up. The pizza's still inside.
Right, it's
the ones that aren't completely violent, that would be my entire store.
Exactly.
Everything here fell out of a truck that got in an accident.
And just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth, see what I did there?
Thankfully, there's good news.
A woman in Utah has just set a record at an impressive age. She's been water skiing since 1961 when she was just 29 years old and has kept up the sport ever since. She's been doing it so long into her old age that her family actually did some research and reached out to Guinness World Records to apply and confirm that she is indeed the oldest water skier at the ripe age of 92 years old.
That's awesome.
She had no idea that her family had applied and surprised her with a short video of her doing what she loves with her family, and her daughter presented her with the certificate. Happy story for everybody.
Cool.
Water skiing. In the world of sports, there's a ton of college hoops on tonight over on ESPN, ESPN2, CBS Sports, and FS1. You've also got some NBA basketball on TNT, and the Trailblazers, if you want to catch them, they're on Root Plus. But that's because on Root Sports, the world of hockey, your Seattle Kraken are in Washington taking on the Capitals tonight. Over on Root Sports, looking to secure their 8th straight win and their 12th consecutive game with a point. And when I last checked, we had gone into, spoiler alert, we had gone into second intermission, currently leading the Capitals 3-1 before we go into the third period.
Yeah,
So
take
go
that,
Kraken.
Chris.
That's right. That's it for your headlines with that. Mike Hawkins out.
We'll see you next time. Finally, a Friday with the return of Ted versus the FCC, and of course, a Bad Choice Friday. Kevin's up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we'll be all about this bitch for 180 seconds or so. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Imagine the relief of securing fair compensation for an accident you were in, where the insurance companies aren't dictating what's good enough and your injuries and suffering are truly acknowledged. Whether it's an auto accident, a workplace injury, or slip and fall, Phillips Law Firm has dedicated over 2 decades to ensuring their clients receive the rightful compensation and attention they deserve. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today or visit justiceforyou.com. They don't win, you don't pay. Phillips Law Firm, justice for you.
A peanut butter M&M's production.
In a world where Super Bowl winners get the world's admiration and a fancy ring, but the runners-up get nothing, one retired cop returned...
That's one retired quarterback. Read the script.
Oh, sorry. One retired quarterback returns to claim what's his.
That's claim a ring with diamonds made from M&M's peanut butter. But you're on a roll.
The Ring of Comfort, coming soon to a Super Bowl near you.
Do relationships have to be easy to be right? Of course not. The best relationships with friends, family, or partners happen when both people put in the time and commitment to make them great. Therapy can help. BetterHelp offers convenient, affordable online therapy. Start the process in minutes and switch therapists anytime. Give your relationship some love with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/positive today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/positive.
Is there anything more satisfying than finding something that perfectly lines up with your taste and checks all the boxes? Like getting the perfect fit with a suit from Indochino. Their suits are made to measure and totally customizable with endless options. From timeless classics to bold statements, you can express your style exactly how you want. Choose your own cut, fabric, lining, buttons, lapels, and more to create the suit of your dreams, all at a surprisingly affordable price. They also offer fully customizable blazers, pants, outerwear, women's wear, and more. Every Indochino piece is made to your exact measurements, and they make getting measured easy. Simply set up your measurement profile in less than 10 minutes. You can send your measurements online from the comfort of your home or make an appointment at one of our showrooms. Find the perfect fit with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code PODCAST to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's 10% off with code PODCAST.